am proud to tell you that the swamps where the lizard folk live, get ready for this, are called the Lizard Marsh.
That's fine. That's good.
Yeah. I mean, Ed Greenwood, he had a lot of world to build. I guess he just dialed it in on this one.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like,
just
let's see, there's some marsh. Lizards live there. Let's go with Lizard Marsh. Yes. So Lizard Marsh is divided into essentially two regions: Dunwater in the north and Saltmarsh in the south. But ultimately, the whole of the swampland is known as the Lizard Marsh.
okay.
Yeah,
Excellent.
it is what it is.
No, it's just
There's yeah,
there've been a couple
there is
different
your
swamps
lore.
mentioned, so you're trying to keep track of everything.
Yeah. So again, Lizard Marsh represents basically like the Everglades, right? And then within the Everglades are smaller, national parks and fens and marshes and all that jazz. So it's the same kind of idea. Like Lizard Marsh covers the entire region, and then the smaller bits of it are kind of partitioned out into different areas. All right. So, anyways, you guys are in the Lizard Marsh. You're working for both the loyalist, or sorry, the traditionalist of Saltmarsh, and also for the Lizard Folk Princess. You are investigating what's going on over in this area, these ancient ruins, essentially, question mark, that a mutated crocodile by the name of Thousand Teeth had set his new lair up right outside. You defeated him quite handily and descended into a stairwell that you discovered, or that Gazer discovered, I should say. And everything seemed pretty good. However, waiting at the bottom of the stairs, probably desperate to escape from the dungeon that they were trapped in, were some Sahaugen. And your first contact with Sahaugen was not a peaceful one. And yeah, there was a death, there was a mauling, and I think that is pretty much where we left off, right as that fight kind of burned out and the last of the Sahaugans was defeated. So let your completely unprofessional dungeon master actually log into the game that they're supposed to run, and we will get started on this. So, I was deep in my Google Docs notes, reading up on the adventure, not actually looking at Roll20. All right. So, any questions before we get started?
It's not too much. Like, we change out my token or my mini, and then
I thought I already changed it out. All right.
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
And also, I think it's the timeline on Gazer. I think I summoned him during the fight, and we took a rest right after the fight, so it's good for 6 hours. So, rest, so
Yeah.
5 hours, and now we went down. How long do you think he has?
It's literally in the calendar clock on the Discord. So there's 4.5 hours left.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think Toothless would kind of look around, and he's going to try and make a joke, but it's going to go horribly, and he'll kind of look at everyone and be like, shall we eat Haxel now or later? It'll kind of smile, but you can't quite tell if he's smiling or not.
I don't think now is the time. I will search his body for that health potion I gave him, though. We'll probably just leave him up at the entrance.
Yeah, we can kind of take him. Yes, I guess we can take him out on the way back.
All right. You don't want to drag his body around with you the whole time?
All right. No.
But
there we go.
Awesome. Thank you.
I gotta reassign everything. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, I'll get you a list of what equipment he was carrying, so you can kind of decide what to do with that, and then you guys can also decide what to do with the body. As creepy as that sounds. Is everybody in this game? It needs to be unanimous. Is everybody in this game okay with Skull the Dragonborn being able to use his breath weapon as a bonus action?
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
Yeah.
As a
Oh,
Dragonborn in another campaign, hell yes.
Yeah, and if he wants to like grow wings at some
Spencer.
point in the future, that's good too. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
I asked Buddy, what does Buddy do?
Oof. I guess you got to roll d20 for Buddy. We got to figure out how Buddy feels about it.
Kind of middling, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. Buddy looks intently at Skull. It's one of those Magic 8 Ball where it comes out kind of cocked, so you're absolutely completely unsure what the future is going to be. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we'll let it pass though. We'll let it pass.
Yeah. Toothless like, Buddy approves.
So I have worked hard to integrate Buddy into the main campaign storyline though. So that should be pretty interesting to see how that turns out. All right. And Skull, let me reassign this to your character sheet. Get you guys a copy of. Let's see. Oh, I must have changed it on a different map. Is what I did, because it's a different picture on your actual character sheet. So, anyways, all right. So you're you're good to go now. Everybody's good to go. Let's check out Haxel. Let's see what's going on here. All right. Haxel's equipment. No, there's not much. There's not much. I'll just post a screenshot up in Treasure. That's not messed up or anything.
And while you're doing that, I think we should try and bury him at sea. I think it's what he would have wanted. And he'll kind of look around to see if everyone else would agree with that or not, assuming we get out of here alive.
Alrighty.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Spencer.
Oh wait, yeah, Spencer. What do you need from Spencer?
No, nothing. He's being annoying.
Oh, okay. Oh, Spencer.
Real life Spencer.
Okay. I was like, God, am I role playing him without realizing it's like Fight Club or something? Gonna look in the mirror and like a killer whale's gonna be looking back at me. Honk. And then like there's gonna be all these flashes of me remembering like eating 50 pounds of fish in one sitting, and God, I think that's when I'd probably close down some of my games. I'd be like, I'm playing too much Dungeons and Dragons. So all right. Let me put you guys back in the dungeon. Yeah, you were kind of freaking me out there.
Sorry.
No worries.
He thinks he's a lapdog and he's a huge German shepherd.
Okay.
So
the biggest dogs seem to think that.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Can I kind of hide Haxel's body with anything that we can find?
Yeah, I would say a survival check would be appropriate for trying to disguise, camouflage, and or hide the body. This is a very wet. Oh, and again, if the whole map loads for you, please refresh. Big maps don't always load properly. Blah blah blah. So keep that in mind. But as you kind of look around, there are mushroom beds that are kind of growing in like the more muddy areas of the cave. And there are patches of softer dirt, so you could dig a hole to put them in. But a lot of places the ground is very hard dirt or rock. So it would be tricky to find a good place to put them, but not impossible.
Okay.
And Crash, can you remind me? I'm still in this like huge direwolf form, I think, right?
Correct. Yep.
I would help you, Illyria, if you wanted it, like with a little digging.
Yeah. Okay. So roll again, or
Let's see.
Or just leave it.
14's good. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
there's a
Yeah.
patch of mushrooms right over here by Skull's Mini. That would probably be a soft enough place to do it. Another place that would work is underneath one of these stone ledges. You could probably kind of carve out a spot to do it. I will circle on your map. Great places to bury your dead friend.
Temporarily.
Oh, right.
Yeah. We'll mark it with some mushrooms so we don't forget.
Alrighty. So, spooky ambient music starts up. You guys are going to spend probably about 20 minutes or so burying your friend. Is that the plan then?
Oh.
I mean, even with big old
Sure.
doggo, you know, it's going to take a little bit of time to strip off all his equipment and
We
get
want
him.
to actually bury him here? I thought we were just like hiding him for now and
No,
come
no,
back.
yeah, we're
Yeah, not like a
Wait, yeah,
full-on
to-
burial
Okay.
and you
I
say
don't
something
think-
and people
okay.
cry and
All right.
flowers. But I'm assuming you don't want any scavengers to get at its body. Is that what this is
Yeah.
about?
Mhm.
But you also don't want the burden of carrying the body around.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I would say like 20 minutes tops to get that thing stowed away. So am I putting where am I putting it? Mushroom patch, ledge number 1 or ledge number 2?
I can't see any of that, so
Okay. There you go.
Oh.
So we got mushroom patch, ledge 1, ledge 2.
I like this.
Okay, ledge number 2. All right, so you and Toothless get to work, and you kind of stuff his body into a shallow grave beneath this stone ledge. And then for extra deterrent, Scaly Wolf Toothless kind of urinates on the site so as to spook any smaller scavengers who might come to the area. It's all very druid rangery. There's nothing disrespectful about it. So, all right. So that happens. What now?
Or
Onwards.
yeah, like you kind of see like he's like kind of like nudging you guys forward, like with his head. He's like really excited, kind of wagging his like scaly tail.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'm going to drink the
Hartook
potion.
continues to stare into the darkness of this passageway. He looks over at you and gives you a nod, and in that nod, he assures you that he has it well guarded.
Yeah, he's got 3 spears even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 tridents.
Tridents.
And he doesn't like to boast, but he does have 16 hit points.
Wow,
Thick.
Yeah.
that's dope.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, rar.
We haven't even checked over there yet. I am definitely going to drink the Haxel's potion if we're going to continue and not take a short rest. I don't think we have to. I'm the only one that's like beat up, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I was reading on Thagram's Instagram about all the times you got beat up. So he's got pictures of every time you're unconscious in this
Look
game.
at this nerd getting
That would
chomped
legit
on
be
by the
something.
crocodile for like 3 rounds. I need some Gond insurance.
Getting like swung around, and I'm like giving like peace signs with like taking a selfie with like you in the background.
Yeah,
Unconscious.
Instagram is definitely a cantrip that only followers of Gond have access to.
Wondering if
It
I
is
should drink
outlawed
another
in the Sword
potion.
Coast.
I'll hand you the potion that I have. You can have
Are
mine.
you sure?
Everyone knows that a
Yeah.
wizard-controlled region only uses Facebook. So
Yeah, I don't have any hit dice left. I used my second one.
Yeah,
earlier.
I'm gonna give you my potion.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean we can poke and prod at this place a little bit longer, but if we get into any real business,
That's good.
we're probably gonna need to back out.
Damn, double 4s. All right, yeah, I should be good to go. 25. All right. Crit, dead. Okay, let's go. Do we want to check out this way? Do we want to check out Hartook's? What Hartook was guarding?
I mean, maybe go check out Hartuck's way.
Yeah, but no water over there, right? Whereas the other one's into the water.
I don't think we know.
it's totally up to you.
Let's check out.
Hartook is a professional mercenary. He realizes that you guys are extremely capable combatants, and despite having elf, he will do as you command.
I'm gonna walk over to that direction. Like, Hartuk, we're gonna do a little switch, mate. If you don't mind watching this side.
And he moves over to watch the other passage.
Don't worry, we pretty much, I think, keywords killed everything over here. So you should be good, mate.
All right. He gives you a stoic nod and a throaty grumble.
Okay.
The direwolf crouches low and tries to move slowly, carefully.
Alrighty.
Follow that
Lyria,
behavior.
You see Spencer sniffing at the pee-pee grave.
Oh, Spencer, come here.
He looks over at you and he kind of paws at the.
Nope.
All right.
No.
The gazer floats down in front of you, Skull, and it says, "Nope, no, nope, no." It starts waggling one of its eye stalks at you.
Can I start inspecting like the hallway as we're moving around through it? Like, is there any?
Yeah, sure.
Basically, like sort of looking for traps, anything that stands out.
With that stone cunning, one of the strongest racial abilities in all of Dungeons and Dragons.
All right.
No, honest to God, it really is good. Like, I feel like it doesn't get enough love. In fact, I love it so much I gave my tiefling it against the DM's permission. And I use it all the time, and eventually his will broke, and now I have well, it's called stone gumming, but still. I have to eat the rocks to get the information.
Just walk up and lick a rock.
I love that. That is awesome.
Yeah. Well, she was engaged to a dwarf, and she learned it from him. All right. So, anyways, stone cunning. A lot of people, they're like, oh, so basically you just know everything as long as there's rocks involved. But basically, for whatever reason, they don't use the word expertise. But you have expertise when you are doing any sort of history checks involving stonework. Is really what it boils down to. So that's kind of cool. Some DMs go a little more crazy with it, and they're like, "Hey, you're a dwarf, and it's made of stone. You're the best." So we'll just kind of play it by ear. But yeah, Thagrim, these caverns are mostly natural, but you can definitely see that intelligent design has opened them up and flattened them out. In most places, stalagmites and stalactites have been removed, worn down, chiseled away. Natural places for anybody that's gone on tours of caverns and those tourist trap things like Carlsbad Caverns and stuff like that. They're terrible places to explore and go adventuring. So yeah, while this is a natural cavern, it's definitely been augmented by intelligent design to be a little bit more accessible to travel through.
So with that, would I be able to spot anything like man?
Oh, if there's some booby traps or anything like that?
Yeah, like.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely keep in mind your stone cunning as far as that is concerned. But if you want to do like a history check to see if you can understand a bit more about this place, you certainly can. But other than that, you haven't seen anything that would scream trap or stonework trap or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of work that's been done to the area is minimal. Again, it's just sort of ancient work was done to make this area a bit easier to traverse. But for the most part, these are natural caverns.
Okay, it's not improved so much so that you could easily disguise pitfall
No.
trap or something.
That being said, the temperature, the moisture, the humidity, the darkness, this would be an ideal environment for deadly slimes, oozes, and fungi to live.
Mm.
Crash, as I'm kind of like slowly walking forward, I'll do like one big pause,
Okay.
listen very carefully, look around. So definitely trying to be a little measured in the
Oh,
approach.
sure. Absolutely.
Especially now his body could be infested with fungi. That would be awesome.
Mm.
Oh, I should definitely mention I also equip my shield. I do have 18 AC.
And I am sneaking and creeping like the rest to the best of my ability. And looking up.
Yeah, so in this
Frequently.
passage, it is only about 10 feet high in this passage. Skull, are you able to see? Or are you just like feeling around in the dark there?
I'm not able to see.
Yeah, it is absolute darkness.
You can hold on to Spencer.
Would
Yeah,
you
I
like
can do
to
that.
light a torch and become the only light in the darkness?
No, I think he's just hanging onto the wall. I mean, I am. You can You should probably turn off Gazer because I can see through him.
Oh, gotcha.
That's how I got over here. But I don't
Yeah,
want to. I don't want to cheat.
man, he's doing pretty good for somebody who can't see anything.
Sorry.
Cool little dire wolf will look back and he'll kind of like shake his head to the left or shake his head to the right, and he'll like do his best at a shrug. Like, which way do you guys want to go?
So, Direwolf, you smell water from the left-hand passage and fungus from the right-hand passage.
Does it look like anybody's been around here?
Though I don't know how you could possibly communicate that to your party.
Right.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one.
Thogrum, that would definitely be in Ranger wheelhouse. So if you want the Ranger to do a survival check, you could also attempt investigation check to see if you could tell if there's been the passage of creatures.
Yeah, I'll check the ground and the sides of the wall for any
I'm gonna
scratches.
whisper back to Illyria. Dear, do you see anything? Is there anyone around here?
With my special ranger eyes.
Yeah, so there's definitely been the passage of creatures through this area. You would have to say that it was Sahaugen have been through the area. Many Sahaugen.
Do both directions look like
Yes.
similar? Okay.
Yeah, they have definitely traversed the intersection and gone down every passage.
Does it look like older footprints?
Or
are these pretty fresh?
Some of them look older. And again, it's not so much footprints as you just find maybe the tiniest bit of scale or like shed skin. You smell a bit of like musky kind of fish oil kind of thing. Like you are picking up a sign that an untrained person never would have thought to look for. But the most recent sign of passage is from a party of probably 4 or so individuals, maybe 5, 4 or 5 individuals, and it seems that they came from the left-hand passage, and they went back. They were headed back towards the entrance.
What?
So likely you're finding the tracks of the people or the the Sahaugen that you fought and killed.
Mm.
So they must have come. They must have come from this direction.
Toothless will do his best. He'll kind of like once again kind of like nod to the left, and he'll do like swim, swim, swim.
Oh,
and then
nice.
And to the right, he'll like kind of like look like a little high and trippy, like he'd been doing mushrooms.
I can't see anything. What's he doing?
Illyria, you hear Skull right up in your ear. I can't see anything. What's he doing?
Oh my gosh.
And then you feel a wet eyeball stroke your cheek.
Mhm, mhm.
I can't see anything. What's he doing?
He's miming swimming and looking trippy.
All right. Skull, you hear Illyria
told
in
you
your
to
ear
stop.
hole. He's miming swimming and he's looking trippy. And then you feel lips sort of kiss your snoot.
Aw. Well, I'll tell him to keep an eye out for anything if anything happens. Give me a quiet honk like Spencer.
Okay.
I'll leave Spencer
Because he
with
can
you.
see
so
he
you
can see in
be
the
your,
dark. Guide dog.
your
Aw.
seeing eye dog.
Can Spencer see in the dark?
Thogrum, you hear a
Oh,
voice
okay.
whisper in your ear. Buddy watches. Buddy likes what he sees.
Wait, whose voice is that?
Beats me. It's your gazer.
Oh man.
Oh, this is awesome.
Is that Buddy's voice? Holy shit, that would be so scary.
Direwolf is gonna at least
I'm
go
terrified.
down- You should be.
Yeah, just pick
coming
away,
for you
Toothless. It's
next.
fine.
You're gonna get that chill.
Wait it. See the barest hint of light through this wall here. I'll see that, or is that broken?
I see it too.
Okay.
Which way do we go?
Ooh.
I
I'm
think the
just thinking.
direwolf was gonna kind of at least go down here. Like he's toothless, so he sees water. He's excited about that.
I'm just gonna poke my head around the corner and note the. I'm assuming these mushrooms are putting off.
Yes, they are phosphorescent mushrooms.
Hmm.
Is there anything different about like this little hall / area, or is it just the same as the rest except for?
It's
the
similar. It does open up into a slightly higher ceiling of about 15 feet.
Can I just take a quick, like, examine the room?
Yeah, if you'd like.
Orf, be careful of those mushrooms.
Perception or investigation?
Perception would give you a quick look into the room to see what can be seen. An investigation would alert you if there's anything out of place
All right, I'm just gonna
or
take
anything that you could infer from the room.
All right, I'm just gonna take a quick look, like poke my head.
So
around the
one is
corner.
like face value, and one is like Sherlock Holmes in it.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna perception check it real quick.
Okay.
If I
Yeah, you
kinda
don't
poke
see
my head around the corner.
anyone kind of hiding, anyone or thing hiding. You do see that there are patches of brown mushrooms, similar to the ones you saw by the entrance. I will circle those with a brown marker. And there are patches of phosphorescent green mushrooms as well that give off an eerie phosphorescent green light. And they sort of sigh every now and then.
Would I know
dear.
anything about glowing green mushrooms?
Yeah, you could certainly attempt a knowledge nature check to see what you recall about them. You do know that many types of underdark plants and fungi can be phosphorescent, but you cannot recall what this particular variety is. Though the stalks are quite tall, and the fungi in places are quite large. some of them towering at almost 10 feet.
Oh my.
It looks like a bit of mushrooms. I say we go the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they the same as the ones that were in the lizard folks' chambers? They had
They
some phosphorescent
definitely,
mushrooms.
yeah, they definitely looked similar to the ones that the lizard folk were using to sort of light their lair, though these appear to be less domesticated. I don't know if that's really the best word for it.
Okay.
Yeah, they seem a lot more,
Scrappier.
yeah, active for sure, because they do sort of move a bit.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't remember the ones in the lizard folk cavern moving quite as much. That's
Yeah.
a little eerie. Well, shall we see what's down this watery hallway?
Yeah, keep going. We're good.
Yeah, sure.
This
Oh, it's
hallway
lagging. Okay.
this hallway looks the same. It's still like slightly improved, kind of.
Yeah, same deal. It is a natural cavern, and there are occasionally just puddles on the floor. So where you kind of see these sort of grayish green shimmery spots that I'm circling in blue,
Mhm.
that is where there is sort of this gray almost mirror-like puddles that occasionally are disturbed by drips of water from the ceiling.
Mhm.
Illyria, can you tell if there's anything alive in these pools?
All right, I'll take a look. See.
Yeah. So as you kind of peek into these pools right here, you do see that there are basically very tiny, transparent, like shrimpy crustacean, almost like plankton-like creatures.
Do they glow?
They do not glow on their own, but they do look like if they were exposed to light, there would definitely be some sort of reaction. And you do see as you get closer to the water that there is sort of a scum in the water that these creatures are feeding off of. More than likely, the scum is created by the ambient spores that are in the air, being let off by the abundance of fungi in the area.
Ooh.
There's definitely life in there, but just little life.
Do you think it's poisonous? I mean, I'm gonna try to not step in it, but
Yeah, these very much have the feeling of almost like tide pools, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Could avoid stepping in it to not kill anything, I guess.
But like creepy tide pools for sure.
Oh gosh.
Eerie death type.
Yeah, so
Yay, that's gonna be the death of us
Wolfos, as
parasites.
you approach, yeah, you splash into the shallow water here, and you see that the further out you get, the lower the ceiling gets, and the deeper the water gets.
Mm.
Right around, this blue line, this darker blue line, is where you would be completely submerged underwater.
Looks like we're swimming.
Boy.
Is this?
I mean, does this just go out to the sea, or?
I mean, we're
As
like
a
What's
100
amazing
feet.
about the world of Toril is it is the size of Jupiter.
That is big.
So that, yeah, for starters is absolutely ridiculous. And science nerds argue that the reason that it has normal gravity is because the planet is mostly hollow. They have the most developed Underdark of any Dungeons and Dragons planet. Their Underdark actually has entire oceans inside of it. So the question is not just does this lead to the ocean, but what ocean does this lead to?
Tari runs screaming. You never see them again.
Yeah.
Well, we're either getting wet, go in this direction, we go check out some fancy mushrooms, or we go swim in the other direction. I guess we're damned if we do, or we're damned if we don't.
I will point out that Saltmarsh did advertise that there was some underwater action. So
Oh boy.
Roll 20's dying, but we do know
Yeah.
that. So we think that Illyria pointed out that we think the Sahagin came from this way and walked to the other side. He killed it all as far as we know on the other side. We don't. I'd say
Yeah, the
let's just go. I'm gonna hold
the
on to
direwolf kind of like
Spencer.
wags its tail a little bit. Gets kind of excited.
all right, so let us review underwater stuff before you hop in, so you know what you're getting into. Does that sound good for everybody?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
Okay. So you will find yourselves underwater quite a lot in this campaign. Swimming. Lakes and oceans simply require a swim speed or successful strength athletics check to move through. The DC is 10 in calm waters, so that's negligible, right? If you're out of combat, I probably won't even ask for it. DC 15 in rough waters, DC 20 in stormy waters. So relatively simple stuff. Characters need a way to breathe if they're underwater. Failing that, they do risk drowning. When underwater, characters can move in any direction. That includes up and down. I usually encourage people to use the green value on their character token to track their elevation. So basically, you're pseudo flying when you're swimming. Any character can wade into relatively calm water that isn't over their head with no check required. Similarly, swimming in calm water only requires strength checks with a DC of 10, as previously stated. Characters proficient in athletics can swim easily in calm waters and won't even have to make a check. Any character without a swim speed must succeed on a DC 10 Constitution saving throw for each hour it spends swimming, or it will gain 1 level of exhaustion. If a creature has a swimming speed, it uses the standard travel pace, blah, blah, blah. Stealth and detection underwater. How far you can see underwater depends on the water's clarity, which is, set by the dungeon and the DM and all that jazz. Moving underwater, moving water is always going to be murky unless it's a particularly large, slow-moving river. Invisibility. Invisible creature displaces water and leaves a visible body-shaped bubble where it was. So being invisible underwater gives creature advantage on their stealth checks, but people can easily pinpoint its location. So it's still good, but it's not as good as like true invisibility. Like people are going to know where you are, but you're basically getting the benefits of like displacement instead of straight up invisibility. Let's see. Falling and diving into water, you don't need to worry about that right now. Underwater combat. When you're making a melee attack, a creature that doesn't have a swim
You mean to
speed.
say you don't need to worry about that?
Well, falling and diving, right?
No, I meant
Yeah.
about the underwater combat.
You definitely.
Suggestive.
Yeah, we definitely
Sorry
want to
for
know about
interrupting.
underwater
Carry on.
combat. Yeah. When making a melee attack, a creature that doesn't have a swimming speed, natural or granted by magic, has disadvantage on the attack roll unless they are using a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident. Ranged weapon attack will automatically miss if it is beyond the weapon's normal range, which is super generous in 5th edition, so that shouldn't be a problem. Even against the target within normal range, these attacks will have disadvantage unless the weapon is a crossbow, a net, or a weapon that is thrown like a javelin, which includes spear, trident, or darts. If you are fully immersed in water, you do have resistance to fire damage. Beyond that, magic just is what it is underwater. So a fireball still blows up like a fireball. A lightning bolt doesn't discharge throughout the entire thing. It travels in a straight line. There's no real science at work with D&D magic. Like magic does what it says on the box, kind of thing. Drowning. You can hold your breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your Constitution modifier, and a minimum of 30 seconds. So even if you have the worst Constitution score ever, you can still hold your breath for 5 rounds. When a creature runs out of breath or is choking, it can survive for a number of rounds equal to its Constitution modifier. That's rough. At the start of its next turn, it will drop to 0 health and begin dying. It can't regain hit points, and it can't be stabilized until it can breathe again. So just going to keep that in mind. So if a character with a 14 Constitution score, they can hold their breath for 3 minutes. But if they start suffocating for some reason, they have 2 rounds to begin getting air, or they drop to 0 hit points and they start taking failed death saves and dying. So really, dropping to 0 is the scary part of underwater combat. And I think that covers what we need to know. So, all right, we're all caught up on what if, right? What if you guys got into a fight while you're underwater?
It would never happen, right?
Skull pulls out his net.
All right.
Just in case.
The direwolf changes back into Toothless for unknown reasons.
Okay. All right. Let me go grab Toothless.
Thank you.
He's back at the entrance. I had to hide him so you couldn't see your hobgoblin getting murdered and everybody sneaking up on you. So
I understand.
yeah, no worries. All right.
We should have brought him with us.
Bliggity blam.
Because he has a swim speed and he probably has dark vision.
All right, and I feel like I'm going to see this guy again, this wolf. So let me move him back to the GM layer. There we go. All right, Toothless. This water is mineral rich. It has a very sulfurous smell and taste to it. So it's some stanky water.
I think he likes that? Question mark?
If anybody has relatives that like live like on a more rural farm type deal, or you've ever like been given water and it tastes freaking terrible, and the people are like, "That's from our well."
Yeah.
That's like what's going on with this water. Like this water is, it's not bad, but it's definitely not water that you could bottle and sell for money.
I mean, I guess Toothless will begin going forward, hoping people will follow.
Okay.
Once again, as stealthily as possible.
Okay, Gazer, not happy about underwater.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's hold his breath. That one mouth.
So I don't know what you want to do about Gazer. Like he'll do what you tell him to, because he is, or it is a I mean it's hermaphroditic, so it's whatever it wants to be. Yeah. I guess you're hermaphroditic if you dream up your children. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, Gazer will do what you tell him to do, but he definitely doesn't want to go under water.
Yeah, I like this. I
It's
don't
kind
really
of
have a
giving it that
choice.
look that like a puppy would give like bath time. Like this couldn't be possibly what you want me to do. This can't really be happening right now. All right, Toothless, you begin swimming out.
I'm not going forward because I'm playing it like I can't see anything, so I'm just staying next to Spencer, guys. So if you guys want to start moving forward,
there are. Toothless, you don't have dark vision either, right?
I have had it cast, so it's an 8-hour spell.
Okay, that's right. You had it cast from last week. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I was like, damn, this guy's brave. Like he's just swimming in absolute darkness. It's incredible.
No, I had to check when I last cast it. So thank you for.
So as you're swimming around, you do see that there are basically like transparent, translucent, like crustaceans, sort of making their way along the bottom of this cavern. there are similar translucent fish. So you can see all of their organs, all of their bones. They all almost appear like ghosts, especially to your dark vision, as they swim past.
It's what you would expect in a dark cavern, right?
Yeah, and since there is no light, and it's very mineral rich, and it's very algae rich, right? There's like a lot of like slimy clumps of kind of silvery algae. Visibility is only about 50 feet.
It's just. So we go in and try and find an exit as soon as possible. I don't want to waste time underwater.
Look, what if just the ones of us with a swim speed go see what's there and then come back?
I'll send Spencer with Toothless.
I didn't really want to tell you all this, but well, nobody scream or anything. And I turn into a large seal and flop into the water. I'm a really adorable seal.
Oh.
Skull looks at Thogrim. I can't see him, never mind.
I'm gonna hold Spencer back as he looks like he's
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah,
wanting
Spencer wants to
wanting a
play
treat.
in a very aggressive manner. So
Maybe I shouldn't send Spencer alone.
but Spencer is in the Animal Companions Union, and he understands that he cannot kill and eat your friend. So
No eating.
yeah,
Maybe just a little licking.
that would definitely be all right. Yeah.
All right, I'll send Spencer with.
I give him like just a little nip, like a playful, friendly wrestling style nip, and then I splash off into the water quietly.
I know Thogrim and Illyria both have dark vision, but I don't, so I don't know what happened. So I'm like, what happened? Where did Tariq go?
Tari went into the water. I think the three of us are going to stay.
Okay.
Well, three of them go find the exit.
That's probably a smart idea.
Okay. So the three of you, with your underwaterness, begin exploring. All right, same deal. Lots of clumps of silvery, slimy algae. Lots of tiny, translucent krill type creatures, and lots of larger. And by larger, they're not too big. Maybe the size of like golf balls. Like crabs or crab-like crustaceans that seem to be eating the krill, who are eating the algae. And then there's a variety of translucent fish. And again, dark vision is all black and white. So underwater, this is a very surreal experience. Everything is just shades of blacks and white with ghostly transparent animals and swimming about.
Can Spencer see? Because he's orca.
I mean, he's got a keen sense of smell.
Okay.
So more than likely, he's sort of relying on
Echolocation.
that to sort of stay with the rest of the group.
Okay, because I can't see anything for him right now, so I just don't know where.
Can you see the other minis, or are you totally in the dark?
I think it's just my vision on Illyria, and then Spencer is.
Well, now when I jump into him, he totes can't see. So I will keep him close to Toothless then.
All right.
Can I throw a cameraman to follow them, or just for
sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely want our death memorialized. That would be very important.
Okay, you okay. Just attach him to Spencer, I guess. Or he's right.
All right.
Spencer.
It starts to shallow out a little bit, Toothless. And you see that if you were to continue swimming, At a certain point where this blue line is drawn, you would be able to surface.
Toothless kind of does like a double take. He's been a little bit distracted about looking forward, and he notices the seal that rescued him from even before we started, and he says, "Hello, that which looks like a seal. Should we go investigate the mushrooms or swim around the other corner?"
I turn around and start swimming back around to the narrow, like, little channel that is behind me.
Okay.
She defers for the creature that has a good attack in the water. They
Yeah,
defer.
it gets real narrow through here, and Toothless, you smell rotting corpses in the water.
Mm.
Yeah, now keep in mind the only real like spoken language that works well underwater would probably be Aquan, and maybe like I think that would probably be about it. Probably be the only one that that really works well underwater, as far as like projecting and all that jazz.
And you
Now,
never see
you could
Toothless.
still talk, but talking does use up like air supply. I know that you can hold your breath for a very long time, but just kind of keep that in mind. And yeah, what you guys see up ahead, Tari and Toothless and Spencer, are the corpses of Sahaugans and two rather hideous-looking creatures.
Ooh.
Which I think I have the full body of those, so you have a better idea of what the whole thing looks like. It looks like a mermaid, kind of mixed with like a monstrous mermaid. Honestly, is the best description of it. Just covered in bony plates and sort of armored, scaly hide. Yeah, here we go. I got the full size art for it. But all five of these corpses, yeah, they're dead. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. And they
Yikes.
they are
Are they
large.
huge?
Yeah, well,
Large,
they are
okay.
large in size. So they are bigger. I mean, they're, gosh, I would say from where their sort of serpentine lower half would touch the ground to the top of their head, they probably stand about 9 feet tall. The total length of their body, if you include the coils of their lower half, would probably be 20 feet or more. They are definitely a large sized creature. They are in the same category as like an ogre.
How many were there?
There are 2, and they are both dead. And there are 3
Oh.
dead Sahogan.
Well, at least they're dead.
Yeah, true.
Or so he says.
But what killed them?
Yeah, check out their
Yeah.
wounds. Or
Toothless, thinking
Edit.
very
And at
creatively.
this point, you guys have been swimming probably for about, I don't know, 8 minutes or so, as you kind of making your way slowly through, keeping an eye out for stuff. Now, as you approach the bodies, they kind of shudder a bit, and you see a plethora of crabs and fish just sort of like plume away from the bodies in big clouds, because they have been feeding on the flesh of these bloated corpses.
I mean, yeah, I don't know where Toothless got this idea, but he'll definitely look at the body for wounds. That seems like a good thing to do.
yeah.
Yeah. The best way to do an autopsy in D&D is with a medicine check.
All right, little medicine. He'll guide himself too.
Sure. Keep in mind that any sort of spell casting is going to chew up more of your air supply. So just going to keep that in mind. Yeah, so a 19, they definitely were in a battle. They have trident wounds, they have spear wounds. cuts, stabs, some smashed carapaces from blunt weapon trauma. There was a battle here.
Tari sort of nips Toothless's tail gently and sort of like tosses their head back towards the group.
Toothless will begin swimming back. We can
Alright.
relate what we've seen.
And there does seem to be more underwater caverns to explore from that location. All right, so you guys are going to head back.
Right. I just wanted to.
Yeah,
Yeah. It seems like there
for
might be
sure.
more of them there.
All right, Spencer bursts from the water and runs up because a
Caesar.
dog never wants to hug you more than when it is soaking wet. And he just throws himself at you, honking merrily. Spencer
Good
was
boy,
honking
Caesar.
before it was cool. You hear that, Untitled Goose Game? You hear that? All right. Anyways,
I still need to play it.
as I was honking my way through that game, I thought of Spencer constantly. So.
Aw.
I mean, Toothless will come up and be like, "We found signs of a battle between the sea creatures, the sea devils, and something maybe even worse. There are caverns that we could continue to look at, but
And I turn back into Tari,
Okay.
the human form of Tari.
Who knows what's down there? It could be dangerous."
Is it all underwater?
We did find a bit of dry land around the other side, so we could just go explore that. I didn't want to dive headfirst into those things. Are fucking terrifying. They're like 20 feet long, and they've got holes, gaping teeth holes where their faces should be. I didn't really want to run into them alone.
Ooh. Hmm.
It seems like there could be something, who knows, interesting down there, but it would require maybe more of us and some luck underwater.
What if old Thousand Teeth did it?
We saw trident wounds and spear wounds. I had someone had a very good thought that must have been in my head.
Well, it shouldn't be a problem if we can get to land quickly. You said there was land, or is it all underwater?
No, there's a bit of path, sort of, that leads back to dry land. We didn't go explore that. There's sort of the caverns that go off. Crash, do I have a sense for direction at all?
Underground, a sense for direction. I would probably put that in Thogram's wheelhouse because stone gumming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sort
With
of.
with
It
a
seemed like
simple
it was
lick
more
of a nearby
sort of...
wall, Thogram knows which direction he is easy under.
Are there any
Such
structures?
is the power of the dwarves.
There were some sort of Crash, were those like pillars? I was assuming that is the things that we couldn't, like the islands were just things that connected the floor to the ceiling.
Oh, right. Yeah, anywhere you saw a wall, that was like floor to ceiling, like yeah, blocking. Yeah.
There are some huge sort of column things here and there, but yeah, I propose we all go to the next bit of dry land and explore that a little, unless people want to see what's in the mushroom area before we leave here. Maybe people could cover their noses and run through. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't particularly think that we're quite prepared for a great deal of underwater combat at this time.
Yeah, not at all.
And we've got our dead friend to worry about, and I don't know about you guys and gals, but I'm a bit tapped out.
Would it help if we took, let's say, a longer rest?
Yeah, I think most definitely we probably need to take a long rest. Well, I for sure do. I don't know how much help I'm gonna be underwater with one first level spell slot, so
I mean, that's fine with me if we go back to the hobgoblin and or whatever.
and maybe especially like I think who all's low health? I mean, like other than Skull is kind of low health at this point, so if we get into a mix up with this Haugen, it's going to be even more dangerous for him.
He
Shall-
he had 2 potions, right?
I did,
Yeah.
but I'm not full health off that, which is fine. The only thing, meta speaking, I want to use my Gazer because I won't be able to use him for another 5 days.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's the only reason I'd want to continue forward. I'm fine with going back. We killed Thousand Teeth.
What
We did what we came to do. This is just extra.
What
Yeah,
if what if I bring the gazer with me and I sort of let it out into the dry area to see what's there, and then it can report back? Does that, and then we'll go take a long rest and decide what to do based on what we've seen.
You have dark vision, right?
I do.
Yeah, so
Harry does,
he
yeah.
does, but I mean, he wouldn't see any more than you would have seen. He
I
does
think
have a
so
good
that way
passive
she
perception.
doesn't have to pop her head out and get harmed, but if the gazer gets harmed,
Right, that's fine. I mean,
I'll accompany you, seal woman.
I just thought maybe the gazer would be a bit, more mobile on land, for example, and just fly up, take a quick glance around, and then come right back.
will it be able to tell us what it sees, though?
Oh, can you see through its eyes?
no.
Skull. Oh.
Yeah,
Well, let's
it's a
feed it a list
very-
of all the possible
It's a
phrases.
very mercenary. It's a very mercenary creature, and despite its ability to mimic sounds, it has a 3 intelligence.
All right.
If
Well,
it were helpful, I can always go on a little shark cruise, so to speak. Turn into a shark, cruise through the waters, hopefully not die, and come back.
do you want to see what's on land and then come back and do a long rest, and everyone can go over there? I wouldn't mind seeing what we're up against.
We could just
But
Do we want to see what the mushrooms do with the gazer?
Skull, what face are you making?
confused one. I mean, I don't know. He can't see anything. He'd be kind of just be alert for anything. Just like a stoic.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
holding the side of the wall, just like scared something.
It has to be so terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darkness underwater. Yeah.
Caving is so scary. In my opinion, some people love it, but yeah.
Well, so basically, if you say you found dry land, I say we can all just go for that, unless.
Okay.
I was saying you guys go see what's there, so we're not just like floundering around the water. As long as we have a destination, we can go there. We should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, accounting for their slow non-swim speeds, they'd only have to go about 100 feet to make it to the next air pocket, essentially.
Okay.
Well, I guess it depends then if we want to take a long rest.
Well, I don't think we can do that here. We might have to go back to the lizard folk to do that. Seeing
now, you guys are several hours from the lizard folk. and there is a storm going on outside still.
Right. So yeah.
Also keep that in mind.
And they could
Yeah.
potentially be in the middle of a war.
Yeah, that's true.
It's I mean, I don't think going to the next piece of dry land really saves us much time in going to find the sea creatures, if that's what we want to do. I think it just takes us back to the
Yeah,
mushrooms.
you mentioned
right?
the mushrooms. Yeah, I was gonna say logically that would just go. It'd be the same place, mushrooms.
Sure.
And the way forward is the other way you guys went.
Well, do we want to rest or forge ahead?
Well, if we rest, I lose my gazer. Also, I already used 2 potions just to get up to where I'm at now, so we could just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's go.
All right.
All right.
Great.
Thulgrim, do you want to hold on
Famous
to
last
Spencer since it can
words.
swim you through?
You're gonna leave Hartook back by himself, or are you guys gonna double back for him?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's
Yeah.
grab him.
Totally up to you.
Yeah, let's go get him.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you guys kind of double back. Yeah, there's still water kind of flooding down the staircase. It's bringing with it lots of nastiness from the swamp. So at this point, it's bringing down lots of mud and plants and detritus, and there's a couple of like fish. They're just kind of flopping around now on the ground because they've been washed down the drain essentially into this cave complex. Hartook is still standing stoically, guarding his passageway. He turns at your approach and looks over at you.
I have a question. Does it look like this cave floods?
I was just thinking that. I was waiting for Crash to finish, but does it look like the water's
yeah,
filling
I
up?
mean, this definitely looks like a cave that has at times been completely full of water.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen?
That is a great question, but yeah, your stone cunning, based on patterns of erosion and wear on the stone and things like that. Yeah, it does occur to you that at some points, or some points during the history of this cavern, it has been completely underwater.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that since it's pouring rain outside, that there's a good chance this thing could be flooded in the next few hours, day maybe. Just so
Well,
aware of that.
let's hurry the fuck up then.
Let's be quick then. Let's start swimming.
Okay. Hartook is pleased to be swimming and jumps into the water. There he is. It's so dapper. They dressed him up like they were in like a Pirates of the Caribbean movie or something, working for Davy Jones, but it's fine. All right, and poor Gazer checks his Constitution score. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
He can hold his breath for 3 minutes. So he takes a deep breath, and he kind of inflates like a little pufferfish balloon type situation, and he splooshes under the water.
I'll buy him a steak later.
So, Skull, are you holding on to somebody, or?
Oh, yeah, I can.
Well, yeah,
Skull, if you want to hold it onto my tail, you can as well.
sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a hold on to Speechu.
All right, I'm gonna just do an NPC stack right here. There we go. All right, looks like you guys are going right. And Tari, are you back to seal form or no?
Seal form, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I was not.
Toothless is swimming vigorously.
All right. Yeah, those of you who didn't see them before, you do see the dead Sahaugans, and since you guys left, the crabs and fish returned to feasting on these bodies. The bodies definitely give off, for those of you able to, smell underwater. So, Spencer, probably the gazer, even though he doesn't have a nose. Don't ask. And he smells through his skin. Yeah, those of
Which he
you
also doesn't have.
those of you who can smell underwater, yeah, it smells rancid. This water is not good for drinking at this time.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm kind of walking on the bottom of the water, like holding onto Spencer's tail,
Okay.
kind of like bounding through the water.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like a spaceman, just like Buzz Aldrin on the moon.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you at this point, unless you are not being cautious and you are just kind of pressing through, your little air meter on your heads up display is definitely going to be start dipping at this point, depending on what your Constitution scores are.
Does it look like the flow of water goes anywhere different, like in this little center area?
The water is painfully
Nice.
stagnant
Okay.
in these caverns.
And how long has it been, Crash? Just out of curiosity, like how many minutes have we been down here?
I think once you guys got to this point, if you're moving at the slowest speed, I think it would be Thagram's speed is only 25, and in the water it would be half.
Oh,
So
is he riding with Spencer?
I'm kind of like tugging on the Spencer. Could I get like a few more feet out of that?
yeah, we'll round you up to like 15 instead of down to 10. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's definitely slowing things down for sure.
I go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, as long as you keep moving, you should be okay. I'm gonna
Might-
trace just how far we're going. Thagram's also got an insane Constitution score, right?
And I'm kind of yoked, so I mean,
Okay.
I would
So to
think-
where Toothless is right now, it's about 180 feet. So yeah, I would say as long as you're moving at a steady pace and not stopping to use search actions and things like that, you're only at about a minute and a half where Toothless is right now.
And right, it's your Constitution modifiers, how long you can hold your breath.
Number of minutes equal to 1 plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay, so 4 minutes is technically.
Yeah,
I have
Gazer
four.
can hold it for 3 minutes. Illyria, what are we looking
Oh,
at?
there's the land.
My con is 14.
Okay, so you can also hold it for 3 minutes. Now, back here, Toothless, there was a way to get back onto the land. There was an air pocket over here.
Yeah, Skull would have said as quickly as possible to the next,
Cool.
pocket of air.
Yep, let's do that.
All right.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say.
What, you all can't breathe underwater?
You
For
can't
long periods
either.
of time?
All right,
Just-
the Gazer comes out and just
Oh.
sort of like rolls around on the floor looking pitiful and sad.
I know what you mean, mate. I know what you mean. And I'm just gonna start like shaking my stuff out, like.
Nah, mate. He also shakes himself out. Yeah, there's more of those sort of silvery puddles.
Do these look more eerie?
I think the deeper in you go, there is a greater sense of dread for sure. Also, up ahead, there is another patch of those strange, fat, brown mushrooms.
Just the brown ones, not the.
Yeah, you don't see any green ones. Toothless. I'm gonna need something from you real quick.
Of course.
Yeah, can you go ahead and give me an intelligence saving throw?
Oh, it's not as. Oh, actually, not the worst.
Okay. Yeah. So, let's see.
Buddy's taking over him.
All right, you have like the worst migraine. Just start splitting your skull. You take 11 points of psychic damage.
Ooh.
And as you kind of like through like crying eyes that have a bit of blood coming out of them, you could have sworn you saw this puddle over here sort of quiver a bit unnaturally compared to the others that are just sort of being fed fat drops of water from the ceiling. And you should probably roll initiative if, I don't know, maybe. Or not. It's up to you.
I mean, I would certainly back up if I
Yeah,
could.
Toothless, can you give me an intelligence saving throw?
Oh no.
Another one?
Another one.
All right.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, you take 12 points of psychic damage.
I'm gonna grab Toothless and start to pull him back.
Okay.
I think we should all move
All right,
back
do you
a little
guys
bit.
yeah, you guys are. You guys are kind of very quickly sort of heading back towards the water. Okay.
Do I see anything?
Give me a perception check, Thagrum.
Perception. There it is.
Yeah. Again, this particular pool of water, it seems to move differently in response to the dripping water than the others.
You said it begins to move like differently than the dripping water?
Well, it doesn't begin to. It seems like when the water drifts into the other pools, they all sort of react in a more natural way than that particular one right there.
Can I cast Sacred Flame on the pool?
Sure. I need you to give me an intelligence saving throw, please. And then make your roll, and then we will go into initiative order. Oh, very nice. You take 4 points of psychic damage instead of 8. And go ahead and give me that roll, and let me see how this goes. Ooh, it fails. So it's definitely going to take that 5 points of damage.
Did the damage just like? Can I see where it like impacts? Like it just impacts in the water. And...
The entire puddle seems to shake violently from the impact.
Then I'm gonna look back at the group and just mention that I think the puddle is trying to kill us.
All right, yeah, everybody, go ahead and roll into some initiative. Let's see, where's our boy? He must be underneath somebody else's miniature. Oh, there he is. And okay, so let me know when everybody is rolled up into that.
Oh, I thought I clicked on him, but I didn't. That second one is Spencer. The 11.
Oh, you know what? I had.
All right, so Spencer got an 11. Let me add Spencer to this. All righty. So first up, Illyria.
Alright, I'll see Thulgrim shooting at the puddle, and I guess I'll pull up my crossbow and attack at it as well.
Okay. Yeah, you, even with some partial cover there, you definitely hit that puddle. It sort of squirms under the assault. What is the damage? Oof, okay. Nice. Anything else from Illyria?
No, I'll just stay here.
And when I say squirms, I mean like that.
Ugh.
Yeah.
What is that skull?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shucks.
Little
Tee-hee.
tiny one.
Anyways. All right. Gazer, you're up.
I'll tell him, follow her lead, destroy the water. And he'll start firing lasers at the water.
the water. And begins firing at it.
Hooked him up with some macros.
Oh, nice. Let's see. He's going to. I could have used those in Beholder Dungeon.
Wow, that's so
would have
cool.
made my life so much easier. So wisdom and dexterity. There we go. Anything else going on with this guy? Nope. All right, wisdom and dexterity. All right, it fails both. Okay, so its speed is halved, disadvantage on its attack rolls, and it takes 11 points of cold damage. Nice. Yeah, the whole puddle kind of freezes over.
Freezes over? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll back up with Illyria, and then that'll be him.
Skull, can you go ahead and give me an intelligence saving throw?
Ooh.
Nice.
That's a 1.
You take 7 points of psychic damage.
Oh, I have temp HP. Yeah.
Gazer's got 2 initiatives. That's weird. All right. Toothless, you're up.
This one is too strong, at least right now. And he's gonna take a healing potion. I think. Do a little bit of self-loving. And move further away into the no, he's good. He'll stay there, more or less.
Okay.
Who knows what's coming out of the water? Yeah, that'll be his turn.
Okay. Thogrum, you're up.
Well, I'm going to, I guess, Sacred Flame it again.
All right. Yeah, it just sort of shatters.
Fucking puddles trying to kill us? What is this? I'm gonna take a real close look at like this puddle and like this puddle, like.
All right. Yeah, they seem and I quote, completely indistinguishable from any other oily pool or wet surface.
Okay. Are we still in initiative?
It looks like it, yeah. I mean, we could certainly leave it if you guys think you're done here.
Nope. Well, I guess since I've already burned my action, then I'll just stay right here.
Okay. Spencer is up.
I'll have Spencer take the dodge action near the water and kind of guard
Okay.
Toothless just in case anything happens to him.
Sounds good. Skull, you're up.
I don't see anything. So, and I probably can't light a torch since they're all wet now. So I'll just back up. I'll follow the footsteps of what I do here.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine the torches are all wet, so, and I'll take a dodge action. I don't know what to do.
All right. Tari.
I will turn into a human.
Okay.
And that's my action, I believe.
Okay.
And I will stay there for a moment since I don't really know what's going on.
Alrighty.
Oh, sorry, it's a bonus action.
Okay.
So I will, knock a crossbow bolt, and I mean these petals all seem fine, like not moving.
Right.
I will hold this bolt until I see an enemy moving
Okay.
or
Hartuk,
splashing or someone else getting hurt.
a huge fan of yours, is going to step up next to you and try to keep you safe. And will also ready in action. All right, Illyria. Doesn't seem like anything's going on. Maybe it's over.
I'll move up.
That's what the music says.
Yeah.
Seems legit.
Can I see this puddle?
Yeah. I mean, if you can see it with your mini, you
Yeah.
can kind of see the faint glimmer in your dark vision of another puddle.
I'm just gonna shoot an arrow in that puddle.
Okay.
See if anything wiggles.
Yeah. Give me an attack roll. An 11. Yeah. There is sort of a jiggling, squiggling, and yeah, it does move.
Splashy moving or
Like gross tentacles squiggling.
all right, there's another one. Where? In the puddle up ahead, not the one that we just killed, not the one next to it, but further.
Can I assume I saw it move. Can I
Yeah,
Remove
with the
my
ready,
crossbow.
with the ready shot for sure. Oh, nice. Yeah, it is bloodied. Hartuk feels bad because that's pretty far for a trident. But 60 feet, he'll give it a shot. Here we go at disadvantage. 7. Yeah. So he throws it and it kind of dinks off the wall over there. He seems a little embarrassed.
First,
Alright,
Okay.
I'll stay right. Stay right here.
Gazer's turn.
follow up with whatever Illyria is shooting at. Oh, that's a quick question. So, how does the ready action work with the eye beams? Is just one?
Yes.
With him.
Yep.
Okay. Right. So he'll just fire at whatever pool Illyria just shot at.
Okay. All right, so that's a frost ray. Dexterity. Yeah, it freezes over.
Can we hire a wizard?
Uh-huh.
For what? For what?
A wizard would be amazing.
I'm sure we could.
No, I'm just talking about for her.
You mean for magic
Tax
missile?
2.0. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So why? So Gazer, his turn was actually up. Wouldn't he have just taken both attacks at it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. I was just asking you for later on.
Oh,
Future
if he
reference?
had, if
Just
he
a-
had readied it. Gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Fear Ray 2. It's Air the Water.
Oh, it is quite dead.
Oh, it's dead. Okay, then
Yeah.
he'll back up. All his movement to back up to where he was. That's his
Okay.
turn. Excuse me.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Tari, from deeper in this puddle, a pseudopod like arm
Fuck.
comes out and attacks you, or at least it tries. Let's see. 21. So 3 points of bludgeoning
Whew.
damage and 9 points of acid damage. And if you have any sort of metal armor, it starts melting the armor.
I don't.
All right.
My face! My beautiful face!
Oh no.
Yeah, so that's what it does with its turn. Cool. Toothless. You're up.
Rar. I think he would like to turn into his lovely scaly beast form, if you would.
Oh, great.
Sure. All right, let me refill that fuel tank.
I guess the question I have is like when I kind of get over to this area, can we share a space?
Isn't it, like,
It's a
squished?
medium creature. So yeah, you wouldn't be able to share space with an enemy that's unless it's 2 sizes larger or smaller than you.
But a friendly person, so like
And again, with a friendly, if you can share space with them, but if they're not 2 sizes smaller or larger, it would be squeezing.
and squeezing is attacking with disadvantage, or
Yeah, it's being attacked with disadvantage or with advantage, and it's attacking with disadvantage. So squeezing can be very bad.
How many more transformations do you have?
this could be the last one for a little while until let's say like I mean, whether it's like an hour rest or a 55-minute rest or like a 65-minute rest, there a shorter rest would be useful.
Yeah, here's everything that squeezing does. Squeezing is kind of like a secret status effect in 5th edition that moon druids have to deal with all the damn time, especially in a dungeon.
I mean, he could he's got lots of movement. He could maybe get to
I'm gonna
here,
try and
to the other side of
charge
it.
through.
Yeah. Do you want to move before transforming? Maybe that might
Yeah.
work also. So 1, 2,
Kind of there-ish.
3, 4, 5, 6, and then sort of just kind of mighty morph into the further space.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you, Crash.
Sure.
I will attack this thing that is apparently has pseudopods.
All right.
Which is not super cool.
Which puddle was the first puddle? Is this the first puddle that got killed? Is it reconstituted?
Yeah, would you like me to mark the puddles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please. Okay. Awesome.
All right. Yeah, 24 is definitely a hit. It is acidic and disgusting. Those of you watching it, it sort of has the appearance of tarnished mercury.
Sounds healthy.
Yeah.
Yuck.
All right. It takes 10 points of damage. And it cannot be knocked prone because it is immune to that status condition because it's an ooze. So.
Cool. I'll end my turn there.
All right. Thogrum, you're up.
So after watching it kind of come out and like hit Tari, I'm gonna kind of like chuckle and I'm gonna look back at Skull and be like, "It's a good thing that wasn't you, mate. That glass of water might have knocked you unconscious." And then I'm gonna cast.
All right, you gain 7 more followers on your Gond Instagram.
Nice.
He's live streaming this.
Yeah. Dexterity. I don't even know why I'm gonna roll it, but I'll try my best. Yeah. Okay.
Damn.
It is bloodied. Oh God, that's the wrong thing. Oh, poor little guy. I didn't mean to count you out so quick. There you go. All right. Anything else from Thogrum?
No, that's it.
Okay, Skull.
In. Hmm.
I think what hurts the most with that recent barb is that you don't even know what he's talking about. 'Cause you
Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't
can't
see anything
see
happen.
anything.
And all he
Is
would
there a
see is-
glass of water? What does he mean?
I guess if you'll let
Is it like
me-
a real skinny Sahaugen? So he looks like a tall drink of water? Like what exactly is the context here?
Could I try and spend my turn trying to light a torch, or try like just to dry them and try and light it?
Oh, I mean, yeah. What is your torch drying technique here? The pro adventurer one is have your friend with a bag of holding keep the torches in the bag of holding. That's
Right. Okay, well,
Yeah.
if you're saying then I can light a torch, then I'll just dodge and wait for something to happen.
Yeah, they're gonna be they're pretty recently soaked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So you're just gonna dodge?
Yeah.
All right. Spencer. Yeah, now that it's kind of on the move, you do sort of smell a very unnatural stink. Very, very metallic, gross smell coming from near your allies.
Okay. I think I'm gonna leave Spencer with the blind dude,
All right.
and he will dodge with
He
Skull.
updates his LinkedIn profile with
Yeah.
seeing eye whale.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, just in case anything comes out of the water.
Okay. Tari, back to you.
I will. I can't take an opportunity attack. I will. Shit. I will disengage.
All right. Disengage.
And then I'll say to Skull, if you want, I'll get you a torch on my next turn.
Oh, from your fanny pack. Nice.
Oh.
Okay.
Does Tari have the bag of holding? I thought it was Toothless.
No, Toothless.
Oh, Toothless has the bag of holding. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I also have a torch, which gets absorbed into my seal body, but
Oh,
prestidigitation,
right.
I
So it's
think,
not-
can.
You can hand it to him and be like, "This was inside me."
Yeah.
Not worried about that at all.
Would it have like seal fat on it too?
Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
extra
well?
blubbery. Yeah.
I'm not saying you're fat, but just
Is that? Yeah. Okay. Seals. Good stuff. Takes
But I
away-
think that prestidigitation should also light a.
I think
torch even if
it
it's
could
wet.
be used to it could be used to dry things. So yeah, you could totally dry a torch with prestidigitation. It would fit within a 1 foot cube. Absolutely. All right, Hartuk. Hartuk wants to contribute, but he's
Don't
got
get killed.
terrible
Oof.
rolls, which is probably good because, well, no, his trident is not made of metal; it's made of like coral. So I guess he would have been okay. But still, a 5. It's just he's got terrible rolls. But he's going to stand his ground. Alir,
Oh,
what you got?
Okay, I will. Oh boy. Shoot at this dude.
Okay. Ooh. Yeah, 10 does hit.
Oh.
Yeah, oozes are hot garbage. But they're paper tigers. They're paper tigers. They can hit very hard if they can hit. But yeah, that it kind of writhes and quivers and just sort of back into a liquid.
And I'll
Nice.
tap Hardtuck and be like, "It's okay. I'll take care of it for you."
nice.
All right. Yeah, his cheeks turn sort of a rosy brown from blush, and he pushes past the puddle and the wolf, boldly striding off into the darkness to retrieve his trident. All right, which he does. And I'll be honest, I think that'll take us out of combat. Okay. What now?
Skull, I'm happy to light a torch for you, as long as we don't think anything's going to be activated by light down here.
If a dry torch, I'll just take that, and if when I need it, I'll just light it. I think we're doing pretty
Alright.
well.
Here's my. I'll actually just dry off. Hold your torches together and
Okay.
use prestidigitation.
Like a little
to-
bouquet
just
of
like
torches. It's
Yes,
like a little hair
exactly.
dryer. You're just like
Exactly. That's exactly. You can see like the heat waves coming off of my
Yeah,
hand.
the verbal components is she kind of, or they kind of make their mouth like a goldfish, and you just hear sort of a sort of sound. And you watch, well, you don't watch anything because you can't see
I
in
can't
the dark.
see anything. Yeah.
But you imagine these torches are getting dry, and thank the gods above, you can now light one.
Okay. Thank you, Tori.
Yeah, so just use that
Anytime.
magical light source macro.
I don't
I
want
I
to
think
light
he's
it yet.
not
I
going to
think-
light it until he needs it.
Okay,
Yeah.
not until you need it. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going to hold on.
You are
me
you are
or-
braver than I am. I could never wander blind through a dungeon. I would get everyone else in the party killed before I wandered blind through a dungeon.
I totally agree.
But I would never play a human without making my first purchase a goggles of dark vision, because I just couldn't. I can't live without it, especially not in the world of Roll20. Maybe in tabletop where the DM is just like, it's too much work. Everybody can see in the dark. Yeah, but in Roll20 dynamic lighting, too scary for me. I would have to.
Yeah.
Can I pick up like a good bit of pebbles
Yeah,
and rocks and stuff? And
absolutely.
as we're walking through, can I just like toss
Plunk them into every
the
puddle you see.
puddles we
Absolutely.
see?
Nice.
And I'll continue my like very like methodical, slow moving down this hallway. Like
I thought it'd be
very, very, very slow.
Yeah, and you do see more of those beefy looking toadstool looking mushrooms.
I'll at least wait to see if anyone wants to go take a look at. While moving an appropriate distance away from them.
Do I know anything about the brown? Sure.
Yeah, give me a knowledge nature check.
Can I assist her? Or like, I'm gonna
Are
cast
you
guidance on her.
trained in nature?
I'm just gonna use guidance if that's
Okay, guidance sounds great.
Nice.
Oh, my fault. 1d4.
Nine.
Nature. Gon's like, oh, man.
Nature.
So a 9. God, it looks like your
They're
standard
not
like
animals.
yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like. I mean, I explained to my daughter as I was chopping them up for dinner tonight. Mushrooms kind of like a little bit of everybody. A little bit of everybody.
Yeah.
I was commenting on the well-defined gills of the mushroom that I was slaughtering for dinner, and she was like, "Gills?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, they got all the parts." Yeah, so they look like a traditional sort of edible brown mushroom, but there's just something about them that seems off to you. Like, even though they look edible, you don't think that would be maybe the best move, but you can't ID what they are.
Do those move like?
No, those don't occasionally let out sad sort of sighs. They just sort of look fat and beefy.
Where can I find information about frickin' mushrooms with my researcher background?
Let's see.
So I can learn.
What is your background cover? 100? Like what are we at? You're an art. You're
A researcher?
researcher. Yeah, I would almost say that you would have, I guess,
Right.
advantage, right? Let's see. Often when you attempt to,
It's just
I mean, really, like any, yeah. If you're interested in mushrooms, next time you get back to town, you could certainly spend a little bit of downtime brushing up on mushrooms. And we'll just add that to your character sheet. And that could be something that when you do checks for them, we'll say, yeah, you have advantage because you used a researcher's background to find out about them.
We'll definitely do that now. That
Nothing is more inspirational than failure. So,
all right.
All right.
Can I? I'm gonna kind of like reach over to Lyria and ask for one of her rocks. Like, can I just? Oh, I just want to throw a rock at them.
All right,
throw a rock
let's
at the mushroom.
maybe move.
All right, so you
move
gotta
back.
throw a
And
rock
I'm
at the
gonna
mushroom?
Oh, throw a rock
just
at the
walk
Too
with
late.
my hand, like.
mushroom.
Oh, sorry, God.
Toothless notices this and moves even further away.
All right, Thogrum, you can give me a strength check or a dexterity check. So you would just click on the actual strength stat or the dexterity stats. This is a improvised weapon. Well,
I think it doesn't go far.
Skull, it's a shame that you can't see because this was your chance to make fun of Thogrum. Because this is a dwarf whose father never took him outside to play catch. Like he throws the rock. It's we don't even need to talk about how bad of a throw it was. Suffice
I
to
know
say,
exactly
though,
what happened.
yeah,
Hit the ground.
Nice.
And
he
I was
said,
gonna say I'm standing next to Skull and giving him the
'Cause he-
play-by-play of just like what
yeah.
what
we
we
don't have
see
to,
and
but
where it is.
he would have said to Illyria, give me one of those rocks. I'm going to throw it at the mushroom. And then
Thogrum, she obviously
I'll hand one to Skull.
You
gonna
a
chuckle.
slimy one because you went to throw it and it kind of just slipped out of your
that's how-
fingers. It maybe went about 3 or 4 feet in front of you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at the rock and like my hand, like, this definitely not a regulation size rock.
and then chuckling from the corner. Yeah, that's what I'm.
You see a sly look on Hartuk's face, but he makes no comment, nor does he chuckle. So,
Hartuk, do you know anything about these mushrooms? Have you seen them? Have you come across them in your underwater travels?
oof. Let's see. Let me give him a little. He shakes his head. No, it's not seen these before. He has a colonth of very few words, which is refreshing. All right, Dire Wolf. The chamber you're in opens up a bit, has about a 15-foot high ceiling, which feels pretty good. There are bones on the ground, as illustrated on this beautiful map from Heroic Maps, one of the best map makers in the business. I love them so much.
He would like kind of grab one and start chewing it a little bit, I think.
Yeah, it's a little salty. It's definitely a salty boy.
And I'll just like take Skull by the hand, if to the extent that that works for him.
Okay.
Do you want to hold my hands and I'll just tell you where we're going?
He sheepishly will say, sure.
All right.
All right.
Therese
go then.
says, for some reason, she asks you again, would you like to hold my hand? And you feel an eyeball in your other hand.
Oh,
That is amazing.
oh God.
Hartuk makes a sound of disgust as he walks past you and your eyeball girlfriend. Or boyfriend. We're not sure about Gazer. Gazer's just kind of going with the flow.
Is this cavern?
I do love the art you picked out for him. What a cutie.
Thank you. I really, I went through a
Yeah.
lot of them. Gazers are so ugly. Then I saw that one. I'm like, yeah, that's him.
No,
As
he
you
is
go
awesome.
into this chamber, the ceiling gets even higher, probably about 20, 25 feet at this point.
Are these puddles?
Yes.
Can I
Yes.
just toss?
Oh, I was
puddles
remiss. I
into-
should have probably shown him this huge puddle that he was standing right next to.
And kind of still relying on Toothless's passive perception too, if it matters.
Oh, totally. Certain monsters in 5th edition have this really obnoxious ability called,
no.
as long as I remain motionless, I'm indistinguishable from a blank. Yes, it's a trait the Mimic is famous for, but there are many creatures, particularly
Bruh.
in caves and the Underdark, that have mastered this skill.
Rar.
Yeah.
So these are all puddles. Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a flooded cavern.
Oof.
What's this pink right here?
Oh, what's that pink stuff? That was just me marking on the map so that I didn't have to keep referring to the adventure how tall the ceiling was.
Mm-mm.
And I'm just gonna move Skull back away from
Nothing I love more than
that
ruining
puddle.
the map by drawing all over it. So let me hop inside this dire wolf and see what it could see. All right, it looks like
Jesus.
it splits into two different chambers, one to your right, one to your left. You smell, dire wolf, water, stagnant water. The one to your right smells unnatural, and the one ahead of you smells like a tremendous amount of rot and decay.
Okay. Dire Wolf's gonna come back.
So left
And-
is rot and decay, right is unnatural.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Dire Wolf's gonna come back and he'll kind of
Mhm.
be like, what would he mime? He would mime. He would like roll on his side with like a sad little face with two paws, and kind of like shake his head.
You want to go to sleep, boy?
He wags his tail a little bit actually.
Axel died in the well.
Where's Timmy? Where's Timmy? Where did he go?
Did any puddles jiggle with the pebble throwing?
Yeah, if you want to throw pebbles, the dire wolf will get further away from them.
Well, there's one right here, so careful.
Oh yeah.
Well, we might as well check that puddle.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll toss one in. Mhm.
All right. Yeah, you toss a pebble in there. This is a Deliria toss it.
Yeah.
All right, you don't have to roll. Yeah, you good. So you're a ranger. You're an elf. You're fine.
Tossing pebbles. That's what
Yeah.
to do.
I'm like trying to teach Thogrim how to throw.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When
the
you
one
get
you
about
gave
right
me.
here is when you let go.
Is this anything like when SpongeBob tried to teach Squidward how to blow bubbles? I mean, is it like? No, sorry. I
This is like
reference
a
SpongeBob
Sandlot.
way more than I should. Yeah. So you toss it in there, and it just sort of sinks down to the bottom. You see just the faintest hint of movement kind of scatter from the puddle.
So Crash, here's a
Okay.
question for you. Like if I wanted to, you know, when dire wolves like poop, they have to like run around really quickly, like
Oh, in a circle, right? Yeah.
in a circle.
Yeah.
So if I like pooped, could I run around like really, really quickly, like kind of around like all these areas, and like see what my paws touched?
Goodness me.
Wait, what?
You want to run? You want to run through all those puddles?
Yeah, but really, really extra quickly.
That seems like.
Gosh, I'm down for it.
I
Sure.
think. Well,
Give me an acrobatics check to see how light-footed your
Oh.
dire wolf
Oh,
form
boy.
can be as it splashes through these puddles.
Toadless, we hardly knew you.
That is a lot of intelligence saving throws. All right, let's see.
Did we not?
Should I do it off of Toothless or what? Let's see.
Well, you would do it as the wolf, but if you are proficient in acrobatics, you would get to include your proficiency bonus to the dire wolf, something that Druid Wild Shape can do that normal polymorph cannot do. As we
I cannot. So I
Did
think it's
we-
just a straight dex.
did we check him with a rock? Because we picked. Or was it we checked
Well,
this
I
one over
heard
here?
that you were chucking rocks into puddles.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
holy
you
shit.
do you Toothless, but
So
you know.
you real quick, you run up and sploosh sploosh sploosh. I will say that at this point you see a gargantuan octopus. Do you just keep running? And you sploosh, sploosh, sploosh?
I run all the way back.
Okay. Sploosh sploosh sploosh. Okay. I don't know how you're gonna pantomime a gargantuan octopus, but good luck.
He like puts up his like two front paws and like waves them in front of you, and you're all totally confused.
Stop!
bright
Don't
side-
go there.
Nothing attacked you
Okay.
as you splashed through all those tide pools. And like a good druid, you totally destroyed. 22 acrobatics. You barely disturbed the ecosystem of each tide pool.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. So you've done your water inspections. What's the next move, guys?
So,
I
And
guess
the
it's
octopus
so
was
clear.
And the octopus was dead, right? Or no?
It wasn't moving. It was just kind of floating there at the surface of the water. You want to go back and check it out?
I mean, Toothless will move up a little bit ahead.
I mean, D&D is a little tricky about things being dead, you know? What is dead may never die sort of thing. So it could be zombie octopus. Zoctopus? I don't know. Rotopus? Yeah, I give up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he would kind of look back at the group and he would kind of like nod to the left, and
What?
he would kind of like emit like a low growl, like not like a really fierce growl, but like, you know, it should be concerned growl.
Can we toss
Can
some
I-
rocks into like some of these puddles up here?
Well, that's why he
Yeah,
he ran through it, so that way he could
And
check.
Toothless, especially, you are noticing that there are lots of bones in this area.
Are the bones particularly clean?
Yes, they are very clean.
But I don't know that. I don't know anything. I think I'm gonna make a.
We
I think
can't see anything.
I'm gonna make a wisdom save real quick. Yeah, I don't think he can take it anymore. I'm gonna light a torch.
Yeah, I feel like someone's had an influence on you every Tuesday that you don't want to be the only light in the darkness. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna light a torch.
Yeah. Okay.
This, I think. Yeah. What is this?
Hartook lets out a hiss of discomfort as
Does
you
move
light.
to stop me?
No, but he doesn't
Oh.
want to stand next to you. He doesn't want to be next to the only light in the darkness.
God damn it, Crash.
This guy's not an idiot.
This guy's a seasoned adventurer.
Yeah,
God damn
he took a race that gives dark vision. He knows what he's doing.
Oh.
Well, I'll be able to pick a race with dark vision soon.
It's true.
Oh.
Yeah, even the gazer kind of closes all 5 of its eyes.
Yeah, just like-
Sort of floats away from you.
I'll inch forward a little bit.
But then he
try
comes
and-
back. I know what his end score is.
That thing is smarter than Spencer.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's really cute when Gazer and Spencer are both honking. 'Cause it's like stereo. Stereo honks.
Oh, jeez.
I
This place goes on forever.
I pause for a long time and monitor the octopus thing.
Okay, using your incredible passive perception, known by some as the Peter Tingle, or the Toothless Tingle. You sense
Either or.
you sense the plot around you and see if anything unusual is written in the adventure notes. All right. Doesn't seem to be moving.
Can I splash in like this puddle and this puddle?
Yeah, sure.
I'm
I'm
gonna
just gonna like angrily like walk in there.
back up.
Yeah, as you walk into them, you hear yourself say, "Glass of water." Splash in there. All right, Thogrum, you do see what looks like a lake. Oh, and some bones.
Back away from the lake.
The
Okay,
lake is so deep that you can't see with your dark vision very far into it. You sort of see like the bottom at first, but it very rapidly disappears into darkness.
Can I take a look in like the whole area?
Of the lake?
Yeah, well, not on the lake. I'm just gonna start like wandering in, like
Yeah,
look
sure.
at the
I love a
walls.
split party in a dungeon, definitely. All right. Let's see. Let's hop inside the thog room and see what he sees. Up ahead, you see more of them beefy mushrooms.
I snap my fingers and a mage hand
Okay.
pops into existence.
Smart. Okay.
I send mage hand over to pluck one of the mushrooms, and it's
Oh.
ready to like toss it.
Let me get you your mage hand. Bliggity bloom. Oh, then I drew all over it. All right. You should have control over this mage hand.
Okay. Oops.
Oh, here you go.
Is that one of them?
Yeah, that's a patch of them
Right
right
there.
there.
Let's see. How does anybody know off the top of their head is it 35 feet it can get away from me?
Mage hand. I want to say 30 feet.
30 feet. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So 5, 10, 15, 20. I will go ahead and pick one of those mushrooms. I'm watching carefully to see what happens.
Yeah.
And I
You
guess
go to
kind
pick
of.
one of the smaller ones. I think mage hand can carry like 5 or 10 pounds or something like that. So. Yeah, can carry no more than 10 pounds. So yeah, it could actually grab one of the bigger ones if you wanted to.
No, I think I'll just pick one of the smaller ones and.
Yeah, as you do, the mushroom just lets out like the longest, wettest diarrhea fart. It just echoes and reverberates through the chamber, just like the wettest fart sound. And it just sort of off of the echoing chamber of this room. And that's when Thogrim and Tari, you look up and you see that the ceiling of this room, it's about 30 feet above the lake.
Is there anything on the ceiling?
This area does have a lot of stalactites up on the ceiling. They hang precariously over you guys and the lake itself.
Yeah. Situate myself so that I'm not directly underneath one, and that no one else is directly underneath one. And then, can the mage hand feel anything?
Oh yeah, Lyria, we got to deliver that item to you. So man, I guess a lot happened last game we didn't think about. So, Lyria, as you are kind of standing there, watching your allies, watching what looks like the shadowy silhouette of a giant octopus or gargantuan octopus, your buddy Spencer comes up and he has a skull in his mouth that he is gnawing on.
Spencer. I'll
And
grab it from him.
He looks up at you and
Yeah.
lets out a happy honk. And you take the skull, and it's covered in a cinematic amount of whale drool and saliva. But the skull is also wearing a beautiful tiara that you feel immediately drawn to. It's just that easy.
Nice. I'll
It's a good
take
thing.
the
It's a
tiara.
good thing we're not about to
Alright.
die.
Welcome
you
to
know.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
You should have waited
And I'll
until we got out of
place
the
it on
dungeon.
top of my head.
Okay, you place it on top of your head. You
die.
immediately gain the
Yeah.
knowledge of how this item works. It does not require attunement, so
Ooh,
you can start using it immediately.
I want it to be a bow at the base of my head. A big
Okay.
red bow.
Fair enough.
And I'll cast Speak with Animals so I can
Alright.
talk to Spencer and go, roar.
Okay, your big
Or not
moment.
Spencer.
You're gonna talk to Spencer. Okay.
Oh no, I guess I would go honk
Okay, so
to
you
Spencer.
you honk at him. I mean, what is the general intent of this conversation? You can actually speak with him normally if you'd like. It sounds like honking to outsiders, but you can have a real this is your chance to have a real conversation with him.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say because I'm just so happy.
Just save it. Save it for later. We don't have to
I
do
want to
it
ask him
right
where he
now.
got this from. Where did he get it from?
He
How did he find it?
he looks at you and he honks happily, and everyone else just hears happy honks that loudly echo through these two subterranean chambers. And he says, "I found it on the ground."
Are you happy, Spencer?
He just sort of like cocks his head and looks at you, and he's like, "Of course I'm happy. I'm here with you."
Okay. I don't want to eat any time,
Okay.
but I'll start talking to Toothless and ask him what he saw.
All right.
Roar.
I saw a many-tentacled being, an octopus, large, dead. Maybe dead, maybe not dead, in the water to the left.
All right. Can I shoot at the octopus to see if it's alive?
Absolutely, yeah. Make an attack roll. Yeah, 17. Yeah, you slay that beast. What's the damage? Yeah, it's sort of bleh, as you shoot it, like nothing happens.
I've killed it.
Flop. Yeah, there are some honks, and it seems that Spencer is talking to Toothless, and he basically just says, "Yeah, my mom, she's really good at shooting stuff."
Oh, thank you, Spencer.
Oh. He seems sort of surprised, and he's like, "For a second there, I thought she could understand me."
Well, I can understand you.
And his tiny beady eyes go wide with wonder, because he thought that you were a being of pure miracles before, but now you have you've almost shattered his tiny brain with the power that you are able to wield.
I'm gonna give him a kiss on his head.
All right, yeah, he's sort of in a daze right now.
Oh no. All right, I'm gonna move
Gazer,
forward.
not wanting to miss out on this opportunity, he flies very close to Skull and says, "Would you like to hold my hand?" And puts its eyeball in your hand.
Oh, I can see
how can you
now.
say no?
That's pretty cute.
Yeah, Thogrim, you move up and you see the faintest shadowy silhouette of a gargantuan octopus.
Holy shit. Did you guys see this? Did you guys see this thing?
And you do see that it is gripping two things in its dead arms. They're not technically tentacles, because a squid has tentacles and an octopus has arms, but you know, whatever. But yeah, there are two dead Sahagins, obviously squeezed to death. Their eyeballs have ruptured out of their skulls. Their guts are kind of popping out of their cloacas and their mouth. Like they got busted like a tube of toothpaste by this octopus.
Do we see any of the stuff that came out of the snakes and thousand teeth coming out of them?
In this octopus, what is interesting is you see that nothing is feeding on the octopus.
Mhm.
Whereas the other corpses you have seen had lots of little translucent fish and crustaceans. Nothing seems interested in feeding on this dead octopus.
Direwolf backs up a little bit.
Yeah. Druid slash lizard folk slash dire wolf, the smell coming off of this creature is so rancid and so unusual that it borders on otherworldly.
That's intriguing, and I hope I survive this. I'm gonna go sniff it.
Okay. You're going to sploosh out into the water.
Yep.
The water gets very deep right away. So this is like where the stone meets the water. This is the very deep end of the pool that the lifeguard does not want you to go in unless you've completed your swim test. So you just kind of sploosh in and start dog paddling out.
Yeah.
You would say that the water here is probably about 40 feet deep.
What damage does it look like the octopus has taken damage? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
like how?
cursory glance, it has been stabbed and beaten to death. A medicine check would probably tell you more, especially if you were closer to it.
Crash, I'd like to
Direwolf?
crouch
Make
down a
a
little bit,
wit.
hold my torch near this water, and kind of go along it. This patch of puddle we have here. Kind of
Yeah,
give it a
sure.
close look.
The creatures that live in the tide pool, some of them die when they are exposed to the light instantly. Many of them flee from the light.
But there's no black ooze in the water. That's what I'm checking.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be any oozes in the water.
Okay.
I'm gonna like sniff it with my little doggy druid snout.
Yeah. So Thagrum, a 10. Yeah. Other than you're sure that it was killed with weapons, is kind of what your professional opinion is. And as you sniff it, yeah, it has a similar smell to what was wrong with Thousand Teeth.
Can I do a medicine check on that one?
Yeah, because you retain your mind in your wild shape.
10.
Yeah, same diagnosis. This thing fought Sahaugen, and 2 Sahaugen are here dead, and the creature is dead. You do see, I believe, from where you're at, that there is a ledge over here. There is a slight glow coming from a chamber over here. And there is a ledge right here. And I guess there's also a ledge back here. So there's a lot of shit going on.
Oh.
I use the mage hand to lift up one of the arms.
Okay, yeah, this is a gargantuan creature, but you sort of grab the floaty
Okay, yeah,
tip, the floaty tip of one of the arms,
Yeah.
and you lift it, and yeah, you see that it has suckers, but that each of those suckers, if you didn't know any better, it almost looks like every sucker is like a tiny lamprey mouth.
If you guys talk out loud, if you guys are explaining all these things you're finding out, Skull will
Which,
say,
lamprey mouth is the circle, and then it's got like the little teeth. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll say out loud he thinks that someone is doing these to large beasts. I think this was experiment, maybe before he got to 1,000, or whoever she got to 1,000 teeth, he was using this as a guard, whereas 1,000 teeth was the next guard. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
postulate that to the party. And I guess
Toothless. Your toothless tingle. You swear by all of the spirits of nature and by the god of the lizard folk, who has two forms that are one, that you heard some whispered conversation coming from the northeast of the chamber.
Mm,
Kind of hearish.
Yeah, you just faintly heard. You know, like when your significant other, your partner, your roommate, they like leave like streaming service running and don't tell you, and you're like off in another room, and you swear to God you hear people having a conversation, and you're like, where the hell is that conversation coming from? Like, are there people in the house? Like, what the hell is that? Or like they were listening on their headphones and they set the headphones down and you could just hear a little bit coming out of that headphone, but you don't even know where it is. That's kind of what's going on.
So
Such is your toothless tingle. That's how strong it is.
he'll look to the group. He'll kind of point to the north, and he'll give like a little like roll. Oh,
North. Can we start moving stealthily?
Yeah, sure. You can. Yeah. Whatever you want to do. Just keep in mind that there's no transition between ground to water. It's just a straight dip into 40-foot deep pool.
Oh.
The height of the ceiling in this room is 20 feet above the floor/water.
This is all dry land right here and right here, right?
Yeah. Well, where
This is 20 foot.
Toothless is dry land, but the bluer spots, it's kind of hard to see with dark vision, are not. So let me see if I can mark it something to kind of show where the land would be. Yeah, so where you guys are right here, that's, where land meets water. Where Toothless is, he's on a area of land. And then over here is some land. And then I believe, yep, over here is some land. There you go. Everything else then would be water.
could I carefully get in the water so I don't lose my torch and go across here?
Yeah. So you're gonna swim it, hold it above the water and swim
Yeah.
across. Okay.
Just so we can be moving.
Sure.
Oh, there's nothing this way. Okay.
Should we go towards sound?
I'm just gonna follow everyone else, then slowly kind of ease into the water and like wade my way across.
All right, no problem.
Let's go.
rawr.
Okay. So Direwolf splooshes back down into the water.
I'm gonna take a healing potion.
Sounds good.
Go.
So yeah, you can hop out of the pool right there, or you can also hop out of the pool over here. And Toothless, with your 20 plus passive perception, you hear more of that whispering coming from over here.
Oh,
And I've turned into my seal form in the water.
Oh, gotcha. You, if you'd like, at any time, I think you can right-click your mini and choose whichever
Okay.
token. Yeah, I think players can do that. I think I have it set up correctly.
It
But if
looks
not,
like
I
if
could.
I right click, it says multi-sided.
Yeah,
Choose that.
and then there'll be like a little slider you can slide between your
Okay.
different.
Cool.
Yep.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, for better or worse, I'm gonna stealth over here, I think.
Okay. Yeah, you see more patches of farty mushrooms. I believe that's what they were identified as by your ranger. Was farty mushrooms.
Oh, I stay away from them.
Okay. Toothless. Can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
I certainly hope so.
All right. Yeah. Okay. You don't completely lose your mind and go insane, which is really good. So Toothless, as you're over here, you notice that the ground is unnaturally soft beneath your heavy feet and sticky. So your feet kind of go into it, and then there's sort of a schlupping sound as you pull them up. You look around, and a couple of these mushrooms open their eyes and begin to unfurl into writhing masses of flesh and bone and
What?
eyes. All right, let's get some initiatives.
Those don't look very nice.
Can't trust anything. Just walk
I know.
through a void your entire life. Everything.
Thorgrim's
Oh.
getting pretty annoyed with everything trying to kill him.
I know
Man,
exactly.
these freaking Dungeons and Dragons, what are they doing? Yeah. So let's see. Let's roll this sweet baby into initiative. All right. I think that's the only one I'm responsible for. That's a nice feeling. Okay. You also see more of them green mushrooms off to the side there as well. Okay. And those are the writhing, fleshy goobers. So. All right. I guess we'll throw on some combat music. Maybe? I don't know. Oh, there we go. Alrighty. So, first up in the initiative order is Illyria.
Oh goodness, I thought we touched the mushrooms and nothing happened.
This is just the two beefiest mushrooms. Suddenly had eyes and mouths and everything else like that. And they are also gibbering and whispering and babbling incoherently to each other, having just a fine conversation. So I need you to make two. Is it two? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, two different wisdom saving throws. One for each of them.
Is this a charm?
This is insanity.
Just gonna say.
Okay. I was saying Fey ancestry.
Yeah.
Okay, so wisdom saving.
Yep, two wisdom saves. Okay, 20 is great.
Oh shit.
Oh, but a 3. Okay. Yeah, so the first one you managed to sort of ignore, but the second
Mhm.
one, it just keeps talking and talking and talking. And it sort of just like gets into your head a little bit. So you cannot take reactions until the start of your next turn, and I need you to roll a d8 to see what happens.
Oh boy.
Okay. Yeah, you, instead of taking an action or bonus action this turn, you instead are going to use all of your movement to travel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this away. So you would just sort of jump back in the water, and then what's your speed? Like a 35? So you'd probably swim out
Yes.
to this octopus,
Okay.
and that would be your turn.
I'll be covering my ears, going, shut up, shut up, shut up.
All right, this thing continues. It's Data Chuck, Data Cheem, mumbling and bumbling and gibbering. It looks at everybody here, and it inflates like a balloon. You hear sort of a hissing sound, like somebody has dropped a Mentos into a Diet Coke, and then it vomits forth a geyser of foaming liquid that is so bright, so freaking bright, and basically it barfs it 15 feet. So 1, 2, 3. So yeah, it will ooze forward to here. And then it's going to barf it right there. So Spencer, Thogrum, and Dire Wolf, I need you guys to all make dexterity saving throws. All right.
Oh, Jesus.
All right,
Super.
Thogrum and Spencer, you guys are now blind
Oh.
from the bright light. Dire Wolf, you managed to close your eyeballs in time. The creature then continues. Let's see. It was. Hold on. It'll tell me. Okay, it was there. So it will. Sorry, ooze to here, spit, and then it will make a bite attack, and the bite attack will be against the Dire Wolf. So here we go. And as it moves, the ground, Thogrum, under your feet begins to melt
my
and
God.
turn into sort of a chocolate pudding. Not literally chocolate pudding, but it has that sort of feel to it. You just start sinking into it like quicksand. All right, so it is going to go ahead and try to bite you with its hundreds of hungry mouths. Here we go.
Oh.
So Wolf, that is only a 12, so that does not hit you. All right, and you are too big to be knocked prone. So that is the creature's action. Tari, you are up. I think you are 1, 2, 3, 4. You are not within the gibbering aura. I think. Yeah, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Salt them.
Salt
the
them.
earth. Salt the earth.
Insult them.
Insult them. Uh. I Crash, can I get a ruling on whether my seal form perform verbal components of a spell?
It's just like a wild shape. So while you're in your seal
So
form,
no.
you would have the same restrictions that a wild shape would have. You retain your mind and your training and things like that, but just like Toothless, you would not be able to cast spells and stuff.
Okay. I will. Jesus. Bad.
Isn't it a bonus action turn back? Or was it a...
It is a bonus action, but I there's another bonus action that I also want to use. So
Oh.
that's sorry, it's taking me a while. It's important. um Okay. I will. No, because they're not really. Okay, I will take the dodge action and I will use. I will make myself look like an even more fucking adorable version of Seal.
Okay.
And Spencer, Thogrum, and Toothless will each get 5 temporary hit points and be able to move up to their speed away from these things.
Okay.
So, can I move?
Yeah, you can move. You would just treat basically any squares within 10 feet of these creatures is difficult terrain. And since you'd be, I'm assuming, moving out of the spaces, or if you want to move closer to them, just remember that any spaces within 2 spaces, diagonal or non-diagonal, are going to be difficult terrain for these creatures.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm definitely gonna back up and tread water a little bit.
The ground is described as being dough-like, which is kind of a gross description.
What about? Can I just get back into the water? Like, is there any issues about with me?
Oh wait, actually, now that I'm reading the whole thing, you would need to do a strength saving throw, or your speed would be reduced to 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
For all of us, or for
if you're
anyone that's
within
moving?
10 feet of them, yeah. Yeah, so you're fine. You
Oh,
hear like
okay.
a schlucking sound as you kind of pull your feet out of the weird doughy pudding that is the ground, and you sploosh back into the water.
That's 5, 10,
Spencer's
15, 20. All right.
Spencer will move back too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm debating. I was kind of hoping people wouldn't move away. I guess given everyone else is moving away, I'll try and do the same thing, but
Yeah, no problem on the strength check. But it will opportunity attack you if you move away from it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it can't
No,
because
the
of her
thing-
magical ability.
yeah.
That's right. The one that I use every single week, like 16 times.
5, 10. Man. All right.
It shakes an angry tentacle with a mouth at the end of it. Get back here!
All right. All good.
Okay. Anything else from Tari?
I will just move also back.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Spencer, you're up.
Spencer is just gonna try and shake his head in the water, and since he's blind, doesn't really understand what's going on, and he'll take the dodge.
Yeah.
Dodge.
He basically just keeps. You still have speak with animals on, right? Or is it always on? I can't recall.
Well, I fucked up. We have to retcon that.
Oh.
It's animal messenger. Not speak
oh,
with
you
animals.
could turn him into an animal messenger. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. You had a moment there. And if you still did and could read the subtitles, he just says, "My eyes aren't working." He's just kind of shouting that over and over again.
Poor little
Uh,
guy.
Yeah. So, but he has good sense of smell, so he sniffs his way back towards his very confused elf mom. All right, so Spencer, what do you want to do?
Oh, Spencer's going to take dodge.
Dodge action. All right,
Yeah.
Thogrum.
Yeah.
You are 1, 2, 3, 4. So I do need a wisdom check from you.
Saving throw?
Yeah, saving throw, excuse me. Just the one.
Yeah, 23.
Okay, no problem. You managed to ignore the weird gibbering sounds coming from this bag of flesh.
And am I still blind or?
You are still blind, yes.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I really don't know what I can do at this point. Can I cast Sacred Flame in it?
I believe you need to
I don't think-
see for Sacred Flame.
On the creature
should
that you
say
can
in the
see, yeah.
description.
Yeah, I do have to see it. Never mind, I can't.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna pretty much take the dodge action, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that brings us to Gazer.
I'm just gonna tell him to go as high into the ceiling as he can, 30 feet. I don't know how big the cavern is, but I'm just gonna tell him to get.
It's got a 20-foot high ceiling.
Okay, so he'll go 20 feet up, and then let's see. Trigonometry. So 40, 20 feet down. So yeah, he'll just try and get up out of their reach and fire 2 lasers at the first one there.
All right.
And
Okay, what do we got here? Strength. Okay.
right save.
And dexterity. All right, so it fails the dexterity, makes the strength.
13 cold.
So it takes
13.
13 points of cold damage. All right.
Then I'll also so I can go half speed in the water, so I'll go back up to here. Oh, that's not me. Shit, never mind. I'm sorry. He's done. Excuse me.
Okay. Hartuk sees you guys fleeing from the monster. He can't understand why you'd be doing that. There's a monster to fight. But he looks at you guys and he looks over at the creature and kind of motions with his trident, like,
Rawr.
And like it's very Final Fantasy fighting a Marlboro. Like Illyria's got like confusion emojis above her head, and Spencer's screaming, "My eyes aren't working!" Honk honk. Thogram's sort of cursing to himself because he can't see anything for a spell. Yeah. So Hartuk is going to go ahead and move up. So he will swim and then sploosh dramatically, Aquaman style, up onto the side here, and he will throw one of his 3 tridents at this foul beast. And miss. All right.
I think that's the exact rolls we had last time.
Yeah, every now and then there's like an entity in Dungeons & Dragons that just has terrible dice rolls. Just like there are incredibly lucky characters, there are also just incredibly unlucky characters.
Yeah, his other roll was
so
a 5 and a 16, and this one was a 6 and a 17.
Yeah, so he throws it over there, and it just sort of tidonk does not hit. And that will be his turn. All right. This little cutie up here is going to slither forward to there. And let's see. It will 1, 2, 3. It will actually take a dash action and slither to here. They are very slow. And that will be its turn. Skull, you're up.
Dagger 20. What other thrown weapons do I have? None. I have a net, 15 feet. Right there. Yeah, so I'll go up a tier, and I'll throw a dagger at this one. Do I have to
Okay,
make a
go for it.
save? 20 feet?
Did you start your turn within 20 feet of it?
No.
Okay, then you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, 25 is a hit.
Guess I'll make it a trip attack, because why not? I don't think it can be prone, but we'll find out. But it will do an extra 5 damage on top of 8 damage.
Okay. Yeah, it is immune to prone. So you
So.
throw it, and it sort of just like coils around the dagger and eats it.
And rest of movement to get back where I was. That's my. Oh wait! Bonus action. Spit.
Okay.
Spit. Acid. Where's my
Yeah.
button?
All right, dexterity.
Yeah.
All right. It makes a save, so it takes half damage.
A pretty good roll. And then
Yeah.
then I'll back up.
Great damage roll. Almost max damage.
Does it get both of them?
No, it's he spits in a straight line.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
5 by 30. Sorry, I thought it was.
Once
Oh
I get-
yeah, that'd be amazing. 30-foot cone.
Once I get the sprinkler upgrade, and then I can just do like a wash. That's it. That's
All
my turn.
right. Toothless, the dire scaled wolf. What's the plan?
He'll kind of like look at everyone and be like, he'll kind of like trying to like nudge everyone like a little bit closer because it could be helpful in future attacks for the direwolf. But he'll rush up anyway.
Hartug's got you, man.
It's almost like if you were within 5 feet of the direwolf.
All right,
Yeah.
dire wolf. I'm gonna need a strength saving throw. Also, first and foremost, from where you were before, I'm gonna need a wisdom saving throw and then a strength saving throw.
So I made a previous. Sorry. I thought I already made one.
It has area of effects that constantly
It's every turn. It doesn't. Yeah, you don't gain it. Yeah,
Uh-oh.
this isn't an effect that you can gain immunity for 24 hours after making the save.
Yeah, sorry about that. All right.
Yeah.
I
So,
start
okay.
here.
So go ahead and give me a D8 roll.
Cool.
Okay, a 3. Yeah, you just spend your turn sort of stoned, staring off and listening to the gibbering of this creature. Unfortunately, that is it. You just sort of dog paddle in place.
It feels calming.
Yeah. Illyria, you snap back to your senses. You are, for some reason, climbing this dead octopus.
No fun.
Yeah, but you don't need to make any new wisdom saving throws, and
Okay.
you kind of look back and you see that Toothless is now staring around vacantly and
Oh,
confused.
jeez.
And there are 2 of these meat sacks slowly but surely advancing on your allies.
Okay.
They're yucky.
I will swim to get over here,
All right,
back on land, and I will fire at that guy.
sounds good. Yeah, that is a hit. 10 points of damage. Nice. All right, yeah, you watch as it sort of coils around the crossbow bolt, and the crossbow bolt disappears into the mass.
Ugh. Ugh. I'm just gonna like grab my head a little bit and shake it off, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. All right. This cute baby, as it starts its turn, let's see. Okay. It is going to move forward to there. Yeah, that works good. And let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I will need Tari, Thogrum, and well, Thogrum, you're already blind, so you don't need to worry about it. So Dire Wolf and Tari, I need you guys to both make dexterity saving throws as it vomits forth a geyser of super luminous liquid having seen this trick before, you close your eyes, and both of you manage to avoid the attack. As its turn comes to an end, Spencer and Thogrum, you blink away the pain in your eyes and can see again. And that is its turn. Tari, you're up. Tari, as your turn begins, I need 2 wisdom saving throws.
Let's see. I will.
Oh, can you give me one more wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna use a luck point to re-roll.
Oh, okay.
One. Jesus. All right. Well.
So 12 on the first one, 14 on the second one. All right, you are fine. So what are you gonna do?
Phew. I am going to. Jeez. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, I guess I will. I will, but I can't. Yeah, I guess I will use a bonus action to. I will swim up to the top of the water column, and I will use my bonus action to turn into a human.
Okay.
And I will say, God, that's a lot of eyeballs. You're disgusting.
Oh man.
And
Is
I
it,
will.
which one is it gonna be to?
That one, the closer one. This one.
This guy right here on the left?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see, wisdom saving throw. It fails. All right. So it's going to have disadvantage to its next attack. And takes 2 points of psychic damage.
And then I will back up with my non-swim speed.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wait, you could have moved first and then did it. How was the range on Mockery?
Oh, it's like 60 feet.
Yeah, so you could be across the lake, you know,
Yeah.
pissing these things off.
All right, Spencer.
Oh, yeah,
What's the
Hurting
plan?
our feelings.
Spencer's gonna come back and chill with me. I think if we keep range is better than
All right. Yeah, he
getting
comes
close.
back and he kind of gets down on his, like, you know, like kind of bends his knees and kind of arcs his back and makes angry honks at the creatures.
He'll dodge.
All right, and takes a dodge action. All right, Thogrum, 2 wisdom saving throws to start your turn.
Hell yes. Here we go. Well, that's
Okay.
one fail.
Okay. All right. Yeah, those make it.
Well, then
Oh,
both
me?
make it.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I can't even. That's as far as I can get. 25. And difficult terrain. Yeah. All right. Then I'm going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna Sacred Flame. This one.
All right. Here's the dexterity save. Fails. So 4 points of damage. Was that the closer one or the further one?
Which one have we been
left or right?
attacking? Was it?
The damage has been spread between the two. So dealer's choice here.
The one on the left has disadvantage next time.
I guess I'll
This
just
is the
attack
one
this
that popped
on
up and we attacked first. But
All right.
key to combat.
There we go.
Yeah.
Anything else from Thogrum?
Nope, I don't have any bonus actions.
All right, Gazer, you're up.
Gazer's just gonna do like a strafe run, like a TIE fighter, just going this way, shooting lasers at them.
Okay.
Actually, no, he's gonna do one at each. Actually, he's gonna do the dazing and then the fear one.
Okay. So fails the daze. Passes the fear.
All right, so this one's not afraid, but this one has its speed halved.
Okay.
Yeah, and that'll be his turn, just getting up above the octopus, out of reach of them, and that's it.
Hartuk's turn. Hartuk is going to have to make 2 wisdom saves.
Harta.
All right. There you go. Okay.
Yay.
So he makes his saves. Now he's got to make a strength save to see if he can get close to the creature. He can. So with a slurping sound, he lifts up his boots and he rushes in to attack. And then he is going to go for it.
It's right in front of you, dear.
Yeah. Man. All right. And that is his turn. Okay. That brings us to this critter right here. So this critter's going to move 1 and 2. It is going to spit. It is going to spit at Thogrum and Dire Wolf. So I need both of you guys to make dexterity saving throws as it vomits forth another laser beam geyser. All right, Thogrum, you are blinded. All right, Invincible Wolf, you are not blinded. And then it is going to, because it can only reach one target, it is going to turn and raise up dozens of mouths and try to attack your buddy. Here we go. Uh, 10 does not hit, though.
Oh my god.
All right, he's got to make a strength saving throw to see if he gets pulled prone. And he does not. All right.
Wow.
Skull, you're up. Give me a wisdom saving throw, Skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skull. The gibbering of these creatures, their constant whispers, chanting, cursing, and general weirdness has affected you. Roll a d8. All right. So you are going to... Wow, you're going to move your speed this way. So let's see, you got a swim speed of what, 15?
Well, I got 35 base movement because of the cloak, but half speed, so...
Okay.
As long as if we
So,
don't
yeah,
round
you
up or down, then I go 3
Yeah,
squares.
so
Yeah.
you get to there, and then that would probably be it. Yeah, moving back to there.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
can't
way
do
okay with that.
Yeah, you can't do reactions or bonus actions. Okay. Dire Wolf. I'm gonna need 2 wisdom saving throws.
Let's see.
All right, you're good to go, Dire Wolf.
Direwolf is good to go. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
All right, as you try to move, the doughy pudding. Wait, you're in the water, right? You're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. You swim forward, and you have an ally nearby.
Chomp.
All right. Yeah, that is definitely going to hit with a 22. Takes 13 points of damage, and
Ugh.
it is bloodied. As
Okay.
you bite it, it bites you. You don't take any damage, but it is like nibbling on the inside of your mouth and your tongue and everything with all of its many hungry mouths.
Fucking gross.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah. You can actually feel it trying to climb down your throat as you are
Ooh.
biting it.
Ooh.
Yeah. There is an urgency in the creature to make you a part of itself.
I release it
Yeah.
if
Okay.
possible.
Yeah, it is immune to prone, so it just sort of like oozes up in and around your mouth, and you actually have to like shake it free because you do not want any of what it is offering.
Mm-mm.
All right, Illyria, you're up.
Okay, I'll use my final hunter's mark on that one.
Okay.
And take a shot at it.
Let's see. A 15 is going to hit. All right, this is the one that's already bloodied, yeah? The closest one?
Yeah, the closest one. That's the only one
Okay.
I can see right now.
Cool. Yeah, so that is 13 more damage. Okay. Anything else from Illyria?
Nope. That's it for me.
Okay. So this nastiness right here is going to let's see. Yeah, it's going to attack this boy right here.
No.
Let's see.
Hartook.
It has
Oof.
Oh, never mind.
All right. So that,
Ah!
yeah, it doesn't have advantage because it didn't manage to knock him down or blind him.
Oh.
So
He's been
he
knocked,
does take
wasn't he?
4. Huh?
Never. Excuse me. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, is something wrong? All right, he takes 14 points of damage. He is definitely bloodied. He did brag to you about his 16 hit points earlier. He's got to make a strength save or get knocked to the ground. Let's see. Ooh, he does get knocked prone.
Oh,
Yeah. And the creature is going to ooze. Oh, it's slowed. So let's see. A 20 with disadvantage is pretty damn good. Yeah, it's gonna move to here. That's where it will move. Okay, and that will be that. Tree, you're up.
I will tell the one in the water that it looks like
Be kind. I mean, look at it. It's trying its best here.
like a cat's asshole sprouted 1,000 new teeth.
Wow.
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 Uh,
New teeth. I don't even want to see your cats ever. All right. They have old teeth on their asshole. That is definitely not a house I want to visit. All right, it's gonna do a wisdom saving throw. I fails. All right, and this is this the closest one again in the
yes.
water? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so it fails. It has disadvantage again. Or it has disadvantage, and now it is taking 4 more damage.
I'm gonna Hartook is down, right?
He's at 2 hit points and he is prone, but he is still conscious.
Okay. I will back up onto land.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Spencer.
okay, Spencer is going to swim out to Buddy Thogrum and he's going to try and help him.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, like assist
Maybe,
him
like-
on his next saving throw, sort of thing. Like use an assist action.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Like-
on Thogrum, your next saving throw, the spirited honks of Spencer are going to try to take your attention away from the gibbering of these creatures.
He'll go under the water and kind of let him sit on top of him.
Okay.
Let's see if I can. Am I able to move him with me 1 square away? Or would he have
Oh,
to do
okay.
that?
You're going to go and try to pull him back a little bit.
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah. Okay, that works.
would-
Yeah. Use your action to sort of pull him back. Okay.
So we'll be together.
All right.
I'll be supporting you so you're not.
All right. In that case, he goes and he grabs a hold of you to sort of lend you his swim speed a little bit. All right. Thogrum, unfortunately, you are still within range.
Mhm.
So I'm going to need you to make 2 wisdom saving throws.
Here we go.
Okay. Okay. And just enough. All right.
And I'm still
Yeah, you're still blinded, though.
so, yeah, I'm just gonna swim away.
Okay. Yeah, with seeing eye whale, you will not swim back into the monsters, so you can sort of swim away without fear of that happening.
So 5 to 10, 15 to 20. All right, that's my turn, I guess.
All right, little gazer, you're up.
So reroll one of that, so 3 and a 2. So at the bloodied one, and as he'll
Okay.
be backing up as he does it too.
All right, yeah, that one ices over and is killed.
Nice.
Geezer.
Okay. Well, I did say I was going to shoot both his rays at that one, so that'll
Okay,
be him.
it is afraid of what lies beyond. So,
The gibbering stops for a second. No,
yeah.
they wouldn't ever.
Well, on this one for sure, that you killed, but the other one's still gibbering up a storm. Alrighty. That brings us to Hartuk's turn. He's going to use half his action to stand, assuming he can make the strength check because he is currently sinking into the floor. Ooh, he is stuck on the ground and stuck in the floor, which has turned into like chewing gum. So he's like half in the water and half like sunk into the ledge. No matter. He will attack it anyways, because, I mean, even his best attack rolls have been terrible. So, there we go. A 12. He hits for 2 whole points of damage. Not every NPC is the same. And that is his entire turn. All right. This creature right here is dead. Skull, you're up.
Yeah, I'll have to. Oh god, I really don't want to. Actually, yeah, 1, 2. Well, no, I can't round.
Oh, I probably should even check to see if he could do anything. My bad. Whatever. Yeah, he's fine. So Skull, what are you gonna do?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, and I'll throw a dagger at him.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
And he is technically threatening him, so I could sneak attack.
Yeah,
Kinda?
technically, stuck in the chewing gum that is the ground. He is, by 5th edition standards, a threatening ally. All right, and I think your sneak attack dice know how it feels about that.
Yeah.
But he is bloodied. And I think at that point the snail thing would have worn off, right? At the end
Yeah,
of your...
whenever the gazer starts his turn, yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'll
Okay.
use the rest of my movement to go 1 square back. That's it.
All right. Dire Wolfos, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Rar. Sorry.
And I'm actually going to delete this one because I have auras on, and it's confusing enough with, there's 4 different auras going, and they're all overlapping each other. So I'll just delete that one. There we go.
You can also delete Mage Hand if that makes your life easier.
Sure.
It's more than 30 feet away.
Okay. So you can act normally. What are you going to do?
Rar.
Okay, give me a strength save as you enter. Well, I guess you could stay in the water and avoid the sticky ground if you'd like.
Rar. And so definitely that.
Okay. 17, because technically there's an ally there.
Uh-huh.
All right, good job, Hartuk. You are like kicking ass by participating. All right, anything else? You grab it, you give it a shake, just like the other one. It tries to climb down your throat.
Direwolf would like to try and like kind of get Hartuck like in like a defensive, like I don't know, so that he won't die next turn.
Then you definitely, for future reference, should have used your action to grapple Hartuk and try to pull him free from the gum and away from the creature.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'll do yeah, next turn.
Something for the next Hartuk.
Oh no!
All right, Illyria. What's the
All right,
plan?
I'll move my hunter's mark to that one.
Okay.
And
Who knows? Maybe the elf will critically hit and
Hmm.
save Hartuk's life.
pressure. Am I able to shoot past Toothless?
You
Where
will,
I
but
am,
it's
or
gonna, he's
should
going to
I-
provide. He's
All
going to
right.
provide just a little bit of cover. Just a little bit of cover. But yeah, if you want to kind of jump in the air and take the shot as you go.
Fall in the water, that'd be awesome.
No, I'll move here. Is that a cleaner shot
Oh, for
with a Hartuck prone? All right.
Good old Hartuck, not even getting in the way.
That's a hit.
Ooh,
Ooh, that's some good damage.
nice.
I want the arrow to like skim past Hartuck's head,
So that he sees it. Gotcha.
so he sees it and
Yeah, the
knows
creature
right before he
reflexively
dies.
coils and wraps around the bolts and absorbs it into itself. It is still going.
Good.
that'll be my turn.
All right.
Rar.
Yeah, it inflates itself back up and it vomits forth the blinding lights. Hartuk and Dire Wolf, please make dexterity saves. All right. Toothless, you are blind. Hartuk is not. He does make his save. The Gibbering Mouther will be attacking with advantage, though, because he is prone. Ah, 15 is enough. It grabs a hold of him, pulls it inside of itself, and he is gone forever as it absorbs him into its own being and slightly increases in size.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Oh shit! It got bigger.
It got a little bigger.
All right, but on the bright side, you only smelled this happening, Toothless. You didn't have to watch it. The rest of you, though, it will haunt your dreams
Man.
for a long time as you watch Hartuk pulled into the creature and torn asunder and absorbed all at once.
Does his face pop out to like the surface?
Oh yeah, there's just a little bit. You see one of his eyeballs floating around in there now. Okay, that's the creature's turn. I think at this point it has one more speed, so it would splop down into the water next to you. There we go. So we'll put it. Let's see. Shit. It was here. Oh, he's too big for his space now. Behave yourself, man. All right, so it will go here and here. All right. Tari, you're up. Your number one fan amongst the Coalinth has been absorbed. So I guess this is your number one fan now. It whispers out to you through the cavern. Tari.
Oh shit! Sorry, I meant to hit like my crossbow.
Oh,
But-
okay.
No, the dagger.
Oh, what?
Can I take the dagger roll for my crossbow?
That's a 20 rings,
Let's
though.
hit the crossbow twice.
Hit. Okay.
Yeah, hit the word crossbow twice. All right. That is enough. The bolt thunders across the chamber into the writhing mass, and it grabs hold of the arrow and starts sort of convulsing, and it just sort of dies. And that's...
Spit him back out, you greedy bitch!
Oh.
Oh.
And that is that. Oof. All right. Ugh. Gibbering Mouthers, the worst. Okay. And that takes you out of initiative. And oh my goodness, that takes us to the end of tonight's session. As you guys are deep into these flooded caverns beneath the dun water marshes. Oof. Okay. I'll be honest. I didn't think any of the aqua hobgoblins were going to make it this far. So I'm very impressed that he made it this far. I'm going to take you back to your start page. Whew. All right, guys. Yeah. Pretty exciting fight to end on, I suppose.
Yeah.
Always better an NPC than a PC, for sure. Yeah. Gosh. So next week, I guess you will either call it quitskis and head back to the exits, or continue exploring deeper into the chamber. To give you a slight reminder of why you're here, I believe the Malenti that you interrogated did mention that there was something of interest that his people were after that did involve maybe this area. I think it was like the puzzle pieces that were starting to be put together by Tari and the
Oakham should
elder.
also be down here somewhere.
Yeah, he told us about the old man.
Exactly. Yeah. So there are legitimate reasons, heroic reasons even, to keep going. But 100% respect your player agency. You can pull out at any time. So just keep that in mind. There is plenty to do in the Saltmarsh region, to be sure. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get some sleep. I got
good.
my level 18 game tonight, so it takes a lot out of me. It takes a lot out of me. Ugh. Yeah. Don't. I guess if you have the opportunity to play a high level game, I guess maybe do it to mark it off your bucket list. But I've done it twice in 5th edition, and I'm running it for the first time in 5th edition, and high level play is very stressful, very, very stressful. So I don't know. I don't know if it's that fun. Like, I feel like it's yeah. Wow. There's high stakes. Let me put it that way. It's very high stakes for the players, which is stressful. They have character sheets that would blow your mind, the amount of items and abilities that they have to keep track of. And then as the GM, it feels like every monster has its own like level 9 spell list that you have to keep track of on top of everything else. It's just, my brain's like on fire after every one of those sessions. Anyways, so I'm going to try to get some sleep, see how that goes. If you have any questions, hit me up in chat this week. I will calculate XP for what you have encountered so far, and that should show up sometime before our next session. And yeah, I think that's about it. So enjoy your upcoming week. Survive that Monday and all that good stuff. All right.
Awesome. Thanks so
Yeah.
much.
Thank
Night,
you.
everybody.
Good night.
Have a good night, Crash.
Night, thank
Later.
you.
Yeah,
Bye,
good night,
everyone.
everyone.